Ski Bucho, welcome to BDA Boxing, the Boxing Debate Arena countdown show for Canelo versus William Scull. We're going to be here for a few hours. By the way, I just checked, so the pay-per-view starts in about 2 hours, 2.5 hours, but the main event's going to be in about, how much is this, 6, 7, 8, 9, like, oh no, impossible. It says here that at 11:45, the main event's gonna be at 11:45 Eastern time. Wait, I gotta confirm this. Anyways, I'll check it out later. Let's go to the panel here.
Bro, that's pissy shit, dude. That's crazy. You watch another nigga fuck a girl and she gets off.
Let's talk about boxing, man. Like, what the hell?
Well, we haven't started the
guys,
show.
we're
We ready,
live.
Bucho,
We
or what?
are live. We're live. We're live on YouTube now. So I don't know what you guys are talking about.
I just want to make my points quick on the fight card and shit. Obviously, Teo dominated, which wasn't a surprise because he's, an elite fighter. Ryan Garcia and Haney both suck. Teo dominates both of them. And he probably stops Haney, too, because Haney just doesn't want to get hit anymore. He's just trash can, dude. And, Julio was talking about this. Top Dog Julio, the best boxing show on YouTube. These fighters are overpaid, man. A lot of these American fighters are just simply overpaid. And because of that, they put on show performances and just do nothing, and they just look terrible, and it's just not fun, and it's just not entertaining to watch. So that's why I knew, my plan was to watch Teo fight and then just get off and not watch the other two fight. But I slept through the other two fights, and then I just watched 3 rounds of the Ryan fight and turned it off. So, just fucking terrible.
Right? Very right. I mean, all of us were shocked. All of us were shocked to see how gun-shy Devin Haney was. Like, wow, he was really.
I wasn't surprised at all, dude. He's terrible.
But this is Ramirez. Ramirez is shot. The best win Ramirez had was 6 years ago.
I know.
And that was
expectations for sure.
Crazy. Like, this dude, I couldn't believe he ran that much, that hard. And Turkey's got to be really pissed off at himself. Like, you can't trust these young American fighters. Like Bob Arum said it best. Never fall in love with the fighters because they'll break your heart every time. Dude, these guys shit the bed, and it was such a great idea and setting, and these guys fucking blew. It was so boring, bro. I couldn't believe it.
It was complete garbage.
Go ahead. Just to add to you guys' point, I think the spectacle, the whole. And here's the thing, though. At the beginning, that was such a great idea, and it's gonna be crazy. And as as we were getting closer to the fight, more things were more revealed. Oh no, it's more gonna be invites. Oh no, it's gonna be more in close, and people were getting disappointed. But anyhow, it was still good marketing, a lot of good commercials. In my opinion, all those commercials were a waste of money and good resources. And the thing is, the spectacle of the fight, the City of Wolves, downtown Manhattan, blah, 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 it was actually bigger than the fight themselves. All of them fights outside, even the Teofimo fights was kind of boring.
Yeah, it was. But they didn't look good. People say he looked good.
But the thing is, hold on, it's gonna say one more thing. From that Teofimo Lopez on, it was just getting worse. I think the thing in the prelims, the Asian dude with the blondie thing, was a little bit more exciting, even though he had a little to no power.
To me,
the firefighter against the police guy, it was more entertaining the whole main card, man. Shit. It was so disappointing, man. I was, I want to sleep, man.
Okay, we agree, bro. But check it out, man. But even Teofimo, everybody's he looked elusive, he was defensive, but all he does is pot shot. He doesn't jab, he doesn't box, he doesn't work to break a guy down. He just dancing around, moving around, jumping out of the way, showing great athleticism. And he has gifts, but he'll just pop shot. And I was bro, is this guy gonna put punches together in combination and try to put an exclamation point on it?
Man, actually, great point, man. I was actually
shit.
He didn't look like shit, bro. He won virtually every round.
They all look like shit.
Hold on, Bucho, because Alan was doing this shit yesterday. where fucking Teofimo's winning
shit, dude.
Virtually every round, and this dude's like, "You guys think
He
you can
still
fight?
looked
What
like
are you guys
shit.
looking at?" He was winning every round, dude.
No, he did.
No, bro.
Here's my take. He
This
was winning.
is weird hate this dude has for anybody that has a Latino last name.
You're not being
You
objective.
can win every round, bro, and this guy's still.
You're not being objective, dude.
Guys, let me.
You're not being objective.
All right, hold on. Let me just read a donation here from Rapa's Trucking Company, who just became a member again. He says the best boxing show in YouTube is BDA Boxing. Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. Well, yeah, what we're talking
And this
about.
was a weird thing about the whole thing, Boot Show. No one's even a big Teofimo fan on my Discord server, or I don't think anywhere. I don't think anybody's a big Teofimo fan. But this dude was calling everybody a Teofimo dick rider because they're just pointing out.
Yeah, you were glazing the
he was
fuck
winning
out of him,
every.
man.
Let me finish.
No,
Bro. He was winning virtually every round. And just to point that out, you're like, you're a big fan of Teo. It's like, dude, what was happening?
Now he clearly won the fight. He clearly won.
Yeah, Allen betted on Barboza.
You could even take, you could even take Dora calling him elite. I'm like, what exactly was elite about him last night? He was leaping in with big shots, missing clearly on a lot of them. Like what exactly did he do that was so superior?
White Devil, come on, stop. White Devil, listen, we
He
recorded
was
you saying
landing
Barboza.
first.
Stop coming with the emotion, dude. Come with the objective facts, man.
That only
Wait. The objective fact is that, look, hold on. He fought a top contender in his weight class. The objective fact is that he won virtually every round while defending his belt. What's your problem with what happened? What's your problem with what happened?
He wasn't flashy or anything like that, but he did dominate a guy that. Well, he wasn't flashy. I agree with that. But at the same time, he did dominate a guy who's one of the best in the division. Barboza.
So why are you hating on that?
Barboza was coming. He was coming in on a run, like a good streak, I should say. Right. So
yeah, that's the best. Yeah, he gave him his first loss. That's the best Lopez has looked against a guy with all the, the reach advantage, the height advantage. He hasn't looked that good against a guy with all those intangibles in years.
Yeah.
So if you take your emotions out of it, it was the best performance of the night.
It was, but that's only because the other two were so terrible,
Yeah. No, the whole card was a snoozer, but I gotta relish the fact that Teofimo did deliver and he looked good against a guy who's been on a good winning streak so far.
Yes.
Just because Teo was jittery the whole night, used a lot of foot. Yo, dude, shut the fuck up and let me talk, man.
Use objective facts. Don't bring your feelings.
Used a lot of movement. Okay? Somebody's being a bitch right now.
All right.
Used a lot of movement. And didn't fucking really have any real strategy other than leaping in with pot shots, like somebody just said. Doesn't make him elite, man. Stop glazing this dude, man.
Well, listen, my
argument
is that I'm not saying that he's elite or he's the greatest. I'm saying that he had a good night and he looked good against a guy who's had arguably a very good run thus far. But I'm not saying that he's going to be able to go and be a world beater at 140 or at 147. I don't think so. I doubt it. He's so... Listen, he's so...
Well, this was at 140, Madrazos.
I know, but if he's talking about Jaron Ennis, so that's at 47.
Yeah, he's not ready for that.
And what I'm saying is that this guy's so unpredictable that the very next fight, he's going to ride on his laurels again. The very next fight, we're going to have another Claggett on our hands or something. And I don't doubt it. We just happened to get a decent Teofimo last night.
I don't see him beating.
He only has. I mean, the book is out on Teo. He likes guys to come forward where he can just kind of counter and explode. If he has to lead, he looks like shit. So, you saw last night, he could have stepped on the gas and put an exclamation point on it, but he
didn't want to. He didn't want to.
Because he can't. That's the thing. He can't. Like we've seen it. It's been the last year's stuck for him because Claggett, he looked like shit because Claggett made him lead. With the other fighter, what's that Dominican fighter? He looked like shit versus him because he made him. Yeah, so it's like this guy doesn't have another gear. He can't
cut off a ring
on the fly.
That's the thing. He can't cut off a ring effectively. And I'm like, why can't this guy just cut off a ring? Like Jose Ramirez was the worst. I felt bad. I was like, honestly, like you're fighting a guy with brain like psychologically damaged, and he couldn't cut off a ring. Why didn't Garcia teach him how to cut off a fucking ring?
You can't cut off a ring on a guy that's not going to engage on you. What do you want him to do?
He has to jab in. He's got to create openings and jab in. Like
every time he did jab in, the biggest mistake was him not going to the body when he got him on the ropes. Well, every time he let his hand fighting, clinch him. Yeah, I mean, what can you do? The dude wasn't there to fight. He was going to win that fight, crook or by crook, whether he fought or not. I actually thought Ramirez won it. I gave it to Ramirez. I thought it was.
You gave it to Ramirez?
I did.
Ramirez lost.
Haney didn't do anything.
Yeah, but
I know, and I called it.
Well, guess what? I'm not rewarding that kind of shit. That's crazy. I'm not the guy running.
Just because I don't reward Ramirez doesn't mean I reward Haney. I don't reward any of that. Fight was horrible. That fight went exactly how I thought it was going to be. Actually, the whole card. And last week I called and I said that Conor Ben shit was great. We're not going to get this action next week. I said, and lo and behold, we got the fights. All three fights that we've been kind of like, okay, we want to see how these guys are doing. Fucking wake me up when it's over. That's what I said.
They got a dilemma. They got a dilemma now. So what do? They were selling the rematch so hard, and both fighters look like shit. And it's funny because
they can't sell it.
Yeah, you can't sell it. And you see Devin Haney laughing ringside, and his supporters were like laughing after Ryan lost. But I'm like, you guys have no room to criticize or laugh because you look just as bad.
He looked horrible. He looked worse. You won. Look at how you won. You won the fight, but look at how you won. You didn't do shit. Did you see those videos people were posting? You know where they speed up the video where you see like it's like instead of like it's like a 1 minute clip, but it covers like 6 minutes of the fight, and it showed him just literally sidestepping, jumping, sidestepping. It was crazy.
Exactly.
I couldn't believe how gunshot he was. We
were talking about it. He was actually being he was stalling to an extent. Like that should be almost a point deducted. Like he would. I don't see how you can give him how you can award him rounds doing that kind of shit. That's why I have Ramirez winning.
Listen, last night dawned on me where I'm not a baseball fan. I don't really watch baseball, but they changed the rules in baseball to make it a little quicker. They need to start changing the rules in boxing where you can't back foot bitch it the whole time. You got to engage. You got to throw so many punches per round or something because this is getting out of hand. All we're getting now is like we need fights. We don't need back foot bitching. If you're gonna do that, take a fucking CrossFit class and just like.
I agree, but I'm gonna give a little bit of flack to Turkey because it's also Turkey's fault. I like Turkey, right? But check it out. Another reason why he probably didn't want to take any chances because he knew he wanted that big money fight lined up for the next one versus Ryan. And it's the same with Crawford. Crawford looked like shit in his last fight. So instead of taking a fight in between Canelo, he doesn't want to fuck up the bag. So he's like, I'm not going to fight at all. I'm not going to fight at all because I don't want to risk it. So these guys have that fight ahead of them in their head while they're fighting the guy in front of them. So they got to stop putting the cart before the horse or the horse before however the saying goes.
Doing. Hey, Don. And you know what? That's what Dana White's big problem with the whole thing is too. So the antithesis to that problem, the antithesis to this dilemma, you want to take care of it is by doing what Dana White's doing. Like you have to earn your way up.
So let me push something out.
Hey, Don. Man.
They played the Devin Haney versus Ryan commercial right before the main event. So they're already telling you the next fight you don't even know who won the main event. That's crazy.
Yeah. So now what are we supposed to do? Are we supposed to be hyped for the next one? Because you know how the next one's going to go with them. He's going to back foot bitch it the whole time. Ryan's going to get frustrated. He's going to get caught a couple of times because Haney's going to catch him. And that's all we're going to get. That's it.
Well, Ryan's going to fire Derek James. That's what he's going to do.
Wait. I got a question. So is the rematch still on between Haney and Garcia?
I don't think so.
That's the dilemma.
We don't know. I don't think anything said about it.
I think there was no talk of Rolly having a rematch with Ryan. So he's gonna have to it's like credit card bills. So he's gonna have to catch up on that bill later. So he's gonna have to pay his debt with Haney first because people still want to see that. Listen, if Haney,
you guys still want to see Ryan versus a.
Hold on, one at a time, folks.
Hey, BDA, would you really care to watch either one of them?
You know what, man? I mean, if they stack the card, I wouldn't mind, but it's really lost a lot of its. It really lost a lot of its luster yesterday.
But
Yeah, they both
also,
look like shit.
BDA, like styles make fights, and I think that psychologically, Ryan still has an edge over Haney, and Rolly's always had a psychological edge over Garcia. That's the way I see it.
Rolly's a hard guy to fight because he's so unorthodox. The way he stands, the way he has that hand cocked back, like it's how do you prepare for a guy like that? Some guys just can't do it.
Ryan just didn't look good. I don't think it's what Ryan did.
People could just went in there and just swung on him, bro. Barroso just went in there and swung on him, bro. He has no defense.
The reality
if Ryan had thrown some punches, he would have landed. He got caught and he got fucking scared. That's what happened to him.
That's what exactly.
Ryan has no discipline. He was landing a hard jab, and if he would have committed to it, he would have been much more effective. But like every other time, he fucking always abandons his strategy and starts doing whatever the fuck, right? So that kid's an idiot, man.
He didn't do that Philly shell, so that's good. At least he didn't do that. But
he's gonna fire Derrick James. You know that. Derrick James is gone.
He's got a good, decent jab. He's a fast hands.
He needs an offensive trainer.
Yeah, he needs to use that. Well, he needs a defense. He needs everything, dude.
No, you're not going to teach him defense, though. So you might as well refine the one thing he has: power.
Realistically, the guy is not that good. Realistically, the guy is just not that good of a fighter. I've never considered him a top level guy. He's a C level fighter for me at best, and he fought C plus versus C level today. That's what it. Or
I
C
agree, though. The only difference between all these guys is like the only guy who's I can't even believe I'm gonna be saying this, but the only guy who's been actually improved over time is being Rolly. The first thing he did was fire that shitty ass train of his bullets, and then getting with the upset master, just another upset master class from Mr. Midget Salad. Salad. I think it's Salad.
These guys aren't growing. That's it. A lot of these guys aren't growing.
Something that you understand when you see Rolly fighting is like when you eat on his line. You're gonna have a risk to be hit with one of those bullet punches of that dangerous crazy left hook of his, and he's so fast and explosive that's always gonna be a problem. But the same with Ryan. But the thing with Ryan is, if you just have a simple head movement, you're out of his range. And one of the good strategies that Rolly was doing is jabbing to Ryan Garcia's lead hand and rolling underneath it, so like he always was on the left side of it.
Yeah, they worked on that left hook strategy for sure.
But you know what else I think it was, guys? I don't think it was only the knock, because some people are saying, he was shell-shocked from the knockdown, which I do think played a part in it. But I think the second part was he felt Rolly's strength. He felt that Romero was strong in there, because after he got dropped against Campbell and against Tank Davis, he still kept advancing on those dudes. But against what's his name, Romero, he just got completely shell-shocked from that. And I mean, I think it was both those factors. But let me ask you this, guys. Ryan Garcia, he's got the tools, but he just doesn't seem to have whatever it is necessary to connect the connective tissue to connect those things. Do you think Robert Garcia could probably at least improve him or his mentality?
I think, the thing is, the thing about Ryan Garcia is I think he can do it. It's just the fact I don't really think Ryan Garcia will put himself into the hands of an actual professional boxing trainer that won't care about anything about his hype or who the fuck he is and how much he's gonna pay him. Yeah, he's been done it before.
But you know what's funny? Out of all three guys put on a significant amount of weight. When Haney, Ryan, and Rolly. So we're gonna see how they look at this welterweight, because we usually see them at lightweight, right? But it's funny because Rolly, like Jim Lampley kept saying, like his back. Like the dude was big.
He's jacked.
And Haney got jacked, and he still has no fucking power. Ryan
power, dude.
That's different, though.
Of course, he doesn't have power, man.
Hold on a second. He hit Ramirez in certain part of fight where I thought Ramirez was gonna back off, and he didn't. It was Devin Haney punch. Whoever that guy was with the little squeaky toy. That's it all over again. Even
it's those little girl hands and those little tiny wrists.
Haney wasn't there to fight, man.
The thing about Haney is something that I mentioned before as well, is that the fact his body mechanic, they're so fucking ugly. And also, he looks so big. It's not because he's so much of a physical specimen, even though I think he's pretty fast and athletic.
He's the next Floyd.
Yeah, but the thing is,
kind of racist, by the way.
No, hold on. Let me cook real quick.
He's like Tim Bradley, because Bradley was jacked, but he had no power.
No, but let me cook real quick. No, but the thing about Bradley.
Put in your mouth, bro. Let someone else talk.
Come on,
bro.
No, but
I heard you begging to be on the PDA panel yesterday, bro.
No, but
it's $50 a month. Okay.
What I was trying to say is,
Go ahead.
Yeah, what I was trying to say is, Haney, he looks so big and so massive. It's not because he's some type of physical specimen or some type of shit. No, it's because he has some skinny ass legs, man.
Back to the Robert Garcia thing. I think Robert Garcia is a good trainer, but he can never get his guys there. Like he's had a stable of good guys for years, come and go, but he could never get them to that level where they're like dominant champions.
Anybody
Robert Garcia's problem, which wouldn't work out with Ryan Garcia, is that he becomes friends with his fighters. There's absolutely no dietary discipline in that gym. Look at Brandon Rios, look at Mikey Garcia, look at Maidana. Look, you know what I'm saying? Look at those guys in there. There's no discipline. He's friends with them.
They do well. I'm not saying that.
The problem is that you're not going to be able.
I'm saying, but to get more discipline would not be there for Ryan. That's not what's going to help him.
Yeah, you can't manufacture a heart. Ryan Garcia's heart is going to be in it. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say liquid and go, yeah.
You know what style would be really good for him? I think would be the wild card style, defense built into the offense. You're not going to teach him how to fight, or to fight on the back foot and really slip shots. What's up?
Quags, I think you nailed it right there. Ryan has no style.
He's trying to find his style. He never developed, dude.
Just whip a left.
He doesn't commit to anything.
Yeah, but he doesn't. He doesn't.
How you been doing this since you were 8?
He's offensive, right? He just needs. He needs better tools for what he has. You know what I'm saying?
But what is he? Well, Quags, what is he? Is he a boxer puncher? Is he a pure boxer? Is he a pressure fighter?
No, he's a boxer puncher. He's a boxer puncher, and he needs to learn how to pressure. And he needs to learn how to pressure people properly, and kind of like how like how Freddie Roach trained Pacquiao. He didn't really train Pacquiao to be on the back foot too much. He built the defense into the offense when he was fighting on the front foot. They need to do that with him. You're not going to
Ryan is laterally. Ryan was always used to being the taller guy, and so he stands straight up and he keeps his feet like it's cement. So
and he leans back, and that
he's just used to using his height and his speed to get away with things.
Okay,
the dude has no footwork at all.
The next question is, if that strategy is to be employed, does Ryan Garcia, by all of you guys, does he have a good engine? Yes or no?
It's decent.
Not really. I think that's a big problem. He doesn't train properly. He's not training properly.
Throwing shots. He was a low puncher.
He doesn't look like he's in good shape to me. I'm just saying that looks like a soft.
He's been up for a year.
He trained hard.
Well, you know what, man? Delbo in the chat says Ryan Garcia is what we saw last weekend. He's Eubank Jr. Ben level. A lot of athletic ability with close to zero boxing ability. You know what? I think at some point after the Tank Davis fight, people underrated his skills. But now, I think we're starting to see, the more a guy fights, the more we realize, okay, this is what he is, and this is the concrete part, and it's not gonna flex as much. He's okay. Look, listen, with the speed and the power that he has, and he does have some skills. When he puts them together, he's dangerous. But he's never gonna be Mr. Consistency. If he fights 5 times per year, he's gonna lose one of them. You know what I mean?
Hey, BDA, you can't forget the guys coming off the year layoff. No one's gonna look good.
Come on. Rolly had a fight longer though.
Rolly had a big layoff too.
Yeah, Rolly had a fight longer, and he got knocked out in his last fight, didn't he?
Yeah, well, actually, didn't Rolly fight? Rolly fought in September, right? Rolly fought in September, I think. So he wasn't. He wasn't there.
Yeah, but listen,
I agree. No, I agree with you that maybe the layoff had something to do with it, but I mean, layoff or no layoff, Garcia had the tools to beat Romero, and that's the main problem here. It's the mentality he has. He just can't. And by the way, how many right hands did he throw? I counted 3, and 2 of them were slaps. I mean, this dude is not the complete package, man. He relies on that left hook, and if that doesn't work out, he just starts clinching and starts panicking.
He's got a good right hand. I keep saying he's got a good right hand. If he trains with that right hand, he's got a snappy and it's fast, and it can do damage, and it can set you up for a left hook. He's not setting up the left hook. He's just throwing it. He's like, oh, I'm going to throw this because I have it. He's not setting it up. He's not fighting it.
He's setting it up off the jab. I don't know if you know. Yeah, he's trying to jab and hook off it.
He's trying to hook off it, but he's doing it like mid.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. He should be hooking off. He should be hooking off the right hand. I agree. Whoever said that earlier, he should be. Yeah, his right hand's not bad.
Yeah, his right hand's pretty good. I mean, some of the fights he's had early on when he fought with Duno and all these other guys is that he set up that left hook with the right hand, and it worked brilliantly.
Hey, can I ask you guys something? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Quentin. Then I got a question.
Oh, there's no reason with his speed and reach why he shouldn't be using that jab consistently. That's ridiculous. He should have a killer jab, but you know it is what it is. But go ahead, BD.
The most intriguing fight for me yesterday was on paper was Barbosa versus Lopez because it was for the actual, I call it undisputed. I know people disagree, but whatever. The actual lineal title for 140. Adam in the chat says, "Do you guys consider Teo's performance a masterclass?" LOL. That's a good question because. Yeah, okay, well, let me just preface it with this. I expected him to win. He did. And actually, in a lot of ways, he won pretty much almost every round. But is it me or was there something missing? How would you characterize the performance?
I would say there was a lot missing there because with the guy as limited as Barboza, and let's be honest, the guy was slow. Like, there were underwater punches slow.
Well, he was very plodding. He was controlling the pace.
Yeah, but he could have done so much more damage to him. Like, he could have just really taken his head off, and he just didn't. He didn't find any openings. He wasn't feeling comfortable.
All right, let me ask you this: What did Barbosa do well?
I mean, he just applied
the middle of the ring. He took real estate.
Yeah, he applied pressure. Well. I think he was applying pressure, physically and mentally. He was bigger.
Well, here's what I saw. I saw that Barbosa was better at controlling distance, right? That this is why Teo was missing so much with those big shots he was leaping in with. He had a more consistent jab, which he should have really fought behind. And where he fell apart was in the exchanges. He wasn't very accurate, right? His timing was kind of shit.
Yep.
Right? And that's where Teo was able to take advantage. But other than that, I don't see what Teo really did.
You know what he did? He was. That's the thing going into the fight, because a lot of people were saying, and see, this is how you gotta look at more than just style sometimes. Because before the fight, the people that were picking Barbosa were doing so because Lopez doesn't do well against movers. And I'm thinking, well, wait a minute. If that was the case, then everyone just has to move against him and they get a chance to beat him. That's not how it works. It's these people who always repeat the mantra, skills pay the bills. That's not enough to get to the level where these guys are at, especially if you want to be top 10 pound for pound. You need something special, like incredible hand speed and power. I'm sure if we all stepped, well, maybe not me, but if you guys stepped in against Barbosa, he would make you look silly. He would look like Sugar Robinson in there. He would be extremely fast and hard to hit, right? But then you put him in there against Lopez, and you see a completely different world of hand speed between them. And that's what got Lopez the win, because it's true. I don't think he's as good technically as Barbosa, not by that much, but I don't think he's as good as Barbosa. But he was faster, and whatever counterpunching he was doing was enough to freeze a guy like Barbosa. We'd seen Barbosa before be extremely tentative. I mean, he was tentative against Scatterall. He got outboxed by that Irish guy, Macomb.
Lost that fight.
Right, so we saw enough of Barbosa to know, okay, he's going to get gunshot in there once he takes the speed and the power. And that's what happened.
He doesn't have a good inside game.
Yeah, that's the fight that I kept bringing up. Everyone was bringing up how Lopez looked bad in his last few fights. Well, Barbosa hasn't looked too hot either, but, that's the narrative.
Exactly.
I mean, that's why you got. I mean, it can be done. Look at guys like Maidana. When Maidana fought Mayweather, man, you could have made an argument he beat Mayweather if not got a draw. So you see how effective guys can be when they're just basic 1-2 brawlers. But if you put the right game plan and just bite down and stick your nose in there and just stop being so damn hesitant, because once you're hesitant, you give him a split second to get out, he's gone.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, Teofimo Lopez is very fast, man. Very He's, you know what it is? His upper body movement. Once he decides, that's what prevents him from being top 5 pound for pound. That he can't really put it together, everything at the same time, the defense and the counter punching. But he does it enough so that he can actually outclass guys like Barbosa, who is good, but he lacks. He's got the skills. He just lacks the physical talent. I like to say skills pay the bills, but the physical talent gets you the luxuries. And that's what Lopez has.
because he's twitchy like Floyd with his upper body, the way he twists and turns and rolls with punches and dips at the waist. Like he's really good with that, like Floyd was. But the thing is, Floyd didn't have power. Teo does have some kind of power. So what Floyd did, what Floyd did, what that I actually liked when he did it, but he didn't do it a lot, was when he would walk a guy down. He would go off the high guard and say, all right, I toyed it with him enough. I'm gonna go off the high guard, throw straight right hands, jabs down the middle, and just beat him up a little bit.
Yeah, I mean,
I think we've seen enough out of Teofimo outside of 135 to say that he's not really a power puncher anymore.
He's not a power. I don't think. I mean, I don't know. He didn't hurt the guy.
I'm saying he's not a knockout puncher.
Yeah,
he's not the knockout puncher he was at 135.
If he's at 147,
he's not a power puncher no more.
Yeah, I agree.
I tell you what, man, he hits harder than Haney and Shakur Stevenson and all those other.
And Haney was like 165 pounds.
And let me compare Haney's performance to Teofimo's, bro, because you guys, again, like you guys shitting on him. You know, not everybody, right? But people saying he's not this kind of lackluster. I think if Devin Haney had performed like that, if Shakur Stevenson had to have a performance like that, they'd be saying something like masterclass. He look unstoppable. People are giving Haney props for fighting how he did against Jose Ramirez. I'm seeing it on different channels. People are calling in the show saying, yeah, man, he's the best. Bro, that shit was despicable. No one deserves to win anything fighting like that. Well, Ramirez, it was two-shot fighters in there. That's what we were watching. Two-shot fighters that were gun shy, and this dude, like I was bringing up BDA. Once these dudes lose, they're bug broken. He's scared. Devin Haney's scared to get hit. He's scared to get hit, bro. He was scared of a ghost of Jose Ramirez. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. It's that, and it's also that he doesn't want to fuck up the bag, which was the rematch.
Yo, quick question though. So I remember like seeing like the part of like footage of Devin Haney's camp or whatever. They brought what's his name? Shane Mosley in the camp and shit, to teach him how to sit down on the right hand or whatever. He was like sitting down on the training footage, training footage and shit, but he didn't do none of that shit on the fight, like none.
Did you hear a squeaky sound? Did you hear a squeaky sound when it hit the bag, like a rubber duck, like a squeaky sound?
Well, that's like when Floyd was in camp with fighters, or when Roy Jones is training guys. They're not gonna be like them.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Don, I was trying to ask you this before, but how long have you been watching boxing?
Couple of months, right? He's not answering.
When Gervonta Davis started boxing, that's when he started.
He must be away from it.
Say Wilder when he made his pro debut. That's when he became a boxer.
But you know what? Hey, but the caveat, man, I like that Tarver and Lampley, they called it like it was. They said it's boring. This isn't how you win a fight. I mean, they were dragging them through the coals, man, and I'm glad they did. It's good to hear honest commentary because these guys, like I guess Turkey was like letting them like just have free, carte blanche. You know what I mean? They can say whatever they want.
Well, think about it. Lampley is 70. Think about it. Lampley's 76. He's only got so many years left. I mean, he can't be spending it watching fucking Haney backfoot bitching it for 12 rounds. So he's gonna speak his mind.
I mean, think about the era he called. He called the best era. He called one of the best eras in boxing. And then he takes 10 years off. He comes back to this shit. He's probably like, "What the fuck, bro?"
Yeah, he saw the best.
That's what's going on.
The guy who said it best was Shannon Briggs, man. He said like I don't know if any of you guys saw like the little clip that somebody asking like, shout out to Shannon Briggs. He said it like how he was, man. He was like everybody on the card was scared. No fight. It was a disgrace. It was a waste of time. If they would have. I think he said something like if it would be open to the public, like people would have thrown shit into the ring.
Yeah, they would have.
Yeah, it's just crazy, man. They would have been booed.
People were booing. No, people were
throwing syringes at them.
Like people were booing outside. And the funny thing is, if you see like through the crowd, there weren't like many adults outside of like guys with obviously like mental disorders and simps. And like little girls and shit. Like,
so you mean our audience?
Wait, you talking about Ryan Garcia simps or what?
Lo más seguro, I don't know, but
you talk about our audience, man. What the fuck?
Yesterday was pretty bad.
There was even a guy without shit in the audience outside. I was like, what the fuck is he doing with no shit?
It looked like I hate to say it, but it looked like the DMV, man. I mean, it was just it was a lot of interesting people.
You remember Don
I
made
heard
a
the
point
firefighter
before,
police officer fight was better than the main event.
Don made a point before about how this is getting out of hand. These dudes not fighting, right? But anyone that saw boxing in the 80s knows that they used to come down on that. And the ref would literally stop the fight until the other guys stop running, or I'm going to take a point.
Hey,
It's in the rules. It's in the rules. Real quick. It's in the rules. Lulling in the, purposefully lulling the action to avoid combat is against the rules. So that means clinching, moving excessively, which again, I know it's difficult to ascertain what exactly constitutes excessive, but it's in the rules. And I think what Haney was doing yesterday certainly constitutes that.
Hey, what's up with these? What's up with the black refs? I mean, I'm not trying to sound like bad and racist, but like,
wait a minute.
I noticed Devin Haney.
Now you're trying too hard to finish Southpaw.
Devin Haney had one of those guys. Because Devin Haney had one of those hometown guys. Like, oh god, he's letting him get away with all the clinching because he was clinching a lot. Every time Ramirez would get close, he goes and just like does a bomb rush and wraps him up. But like I was like, here we go. This is another guy that's there in place just to help him out. And it's just they all look alike, don't they? I mean, it's kind of weird. I don't want to sound fucked up, but isn't it? Like, y'all notice?
I don't know, but I got 4 rounds into the Devin Haney Ramirez fight, and I fell asleep. Woke up, I was like, oh, what the fuck? Ryan lost. I was like, damn.
He had one of those refs, man. That wrestler that he was there to help him out if he needed. It was like, and he was clinching way too much.
I'll put it like this, bro. Haney is so bad that his career is gonna make Floyd look like a golden age.
Hey, man, I just want to say something. I feel like Teofimo's kind of chinny, man, because Barboza has no power and he fucking rocked him. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Hey, that performance made Steven. Yeah, Steven says like, I'm no longer the most boring boxer anymore. Thank you, Haney.
I know he was ringside too. Imagine what he's thinking. Like, oh, thank God, bro, because that was the exact same performance. Crazy.
I can't believe these guys got overpaid to throw that on yesterday. It was pretty bad. Of all people that lose to Rolly Romero, a guy that had no amateur experience, he's literally robbed people, gotten fake stoppages. It's like, fuck, it reminded me of embarrassing.
Man. We all had that guy in school. He was kind of slow and people picked on him, but then once he'll snap. One day he'll just snap, and the dude is strong as fuck and beats the fuck out of somebody because he just got tired of taking it. That was Rolly.
Here's your
never happened to me.
Here's your basic rule of thumb: don't get excited about inactive fighters.
Yeah, that's true. Especially these 5 so-called 4 kings, because now we've had 5 years since they were giving that designation. The 4 kings. Is it fair to say that? What's up, Joe? What's up, Joe?
What's up, JDS?
Yeah, fuck the 4 kings. They're 4 queers. They suck. I'll never watch your Haney or a Stevenson fight ever again. Whatever promoter signs Haney is a fucking idiot. No one wants to watch that bum. I'm fucking pissed off at myself that I even watched that fight.
What the fuck was that?
Did he get censored?
Oh, come on.
I'll never, ever watch a Stevenson fight again. Mark my words, bro. That's why people are leaving boxing and
I think he's conscious of what he's saying. He's conscious of what he's saying.
Let him cook.
All 4 got exposed, huh? Even Tiger got exposed too.
I think he was just
listen, that's why people are leaving boxing in droves. It's because a product like that. It was dog shit. Even His Excellency was sleeping that night. It's a fucking disgrace to the sport. I'll never watch those 2 fuckers ever fight again. Ever. That's all I got.
These are facts.
That's all you had to say, man. Yeah, that's.
But that's the thing. You can't trust any of these fighters, man. Even Tio.
He has more to say.
Tio was shit the bed
too.
Keep
up the great work, BA. Keep up Sobers.
For sure.
Everybody, yes, absolutely.
Welcome back, JD.
Have you guys seen Rolly running around saying he's a 3-division champ now? It's like absurd.
Technically, it's true.
It's fucking true, isn't it? Oh my god.
Kind of, but it's like embarrassing.
He's giving hope to everybody that they make it in the sport.
You know what? That's something. You know what? You guys just reminded me because I've every time I say Teofimo's undisputed, people go, "No, he wasn't." Okay, you want to go with the whole belt designations and belts meaning something? You gotta call Scull then a fucking champion. And when I bring that up to people, they go, they start stammering. Okay, so which one is it? Do the titles count or not? To me, they don't count. Scull is not a fucking champion, and neither is Rolly Romero. He's not the 3-division world champion. Come on.
Well, you remember they put him on. They put the WBA under the fire, and they said, hey, the ABC was like, hey, if you guys don't get rid of all these extra titles within titles, then we're gonna shut you down. And they started to, but then what happens? They just kind of go away and they're back at it, man. It's
people
crazy.
run with it. People don't question it. People just go, oh yeah, undisputed the 4-belt terrorists. Okay, so if we add the IBO one day, now it's gonna be 5, and the same people are gonna go along with it. Somebody has to put a stop to this.
The only good thing that's come out of this is now we can see Rolly get the shit beat out of him by Boots. Probably his career or some shit.
Oh, man, that's Rolly the thing. Won me over last night, bro. Rolly won me over, man. Thank God he put a high box.
No, bro.
Well, you know what? Let's give a shout out to the pharmaceutical. Let's give a shout out to the pharmaceutical industry. They probably found a good balance of meds to give him, so now he's somewhat normal now. But I wanted to ask you guys something, because in the Discord people were saying, and on Twitter, oh man, Lopez has no shot at Boots. He got no shot at Boots. First of all, a 2-part question: why does Boots have to fight him? Or in other words, why does Lopez have to fight him? Why? Because he called him out. Now Boots has to fight him. Wouldn't you guys be more happy with seeing Boots fighting somebody for his own size, and that is 154?
Mm-hmm. 154 or 160.
That's not the world we live in anymore, man. Like, look at Crawford. Look at Crawford. Crawford's gonna fight Canelo.
Who should be fighting Crawford? That's why boxing sucks now, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And BDK wants you to pay for them shit pay-per-views.
Well, the old lions don't want to give young lions shots anymore. That's what it is. Like it happened with Boots and Crawford, and it happened with Benavidez and Canelo. Like these older guys just want to ride off in the sunset and get some retirement fights, and that's all it is. And that's not a good thing.
Amok. The only reason why I'm telling you to buy them is because I don't want to have to be receiving emails from you in DMs like, hey, BDA, can you put some money on my commissary? I need some noodles, man. Like, nah, man, I'm not gonna be doing that. So
you got it. You're the man. You're supposed to do that.
But buy the pay-per-view so I don't have to refer you to.
Okay, well, I bought the pay-per-views because on paper, this whole card looked good. We can't blame Turkey for the outcome of this fight. I mean, he put on a show that we all wanted to see. I paid for both of them because I want to watch both fights. And realistically, we might get a better fight with Jaime Munguia tonight. Hopefully he doesn't come shell-shocked. I hope he doesn't. That's the only thing. I hope he doesn't come shell-shocked. I hope he comes in and he takes care of business like I feel like he will. But we can't blame we're finally getting some good action going and momentum. I don't want to shit all over it just because these guys didn't perform. So I'm looking forward to more of the Turkey cards. I liked the last crescendo fights. They were all great. The cards were great and everything was awesome. So, it's these American fighters that they're prima donnas, some of them. And they just,
Hey, Don.
Yeah, most of them. But,
hey,
I just want to, BDA told me that, no, you hold on. I did hold on. BDA told me that, BDA told me that these pay-per-views could be a tax credit now.
Jesus Christ.
If Munguia doesn't jump on, if Munguia doesn't jump on Srirachi like in the first 3 to 4 rounds, he's cooked.
Yeah, he's psychologically damaged, and I hope he doesn't. I hope he doesn't come that way. I don't think he will. I think he's a throwback Mexican fighter, and I think he'll come in to take care of shit. That's what I never thought Jaime Munguia was good at all. He's been a hype job. No. I'm not saying, he sucks. I'm not saying he's good, but his fights are always entertaining because he's throwing these bombs. He's got a good engine. He'll throw hands until the last round. I'm expecting Jaime Munguia to show up tonight. That's what I'm expecting.
I think that's a mistake, man. I think that's like with Ryan Garcia. I'm gonna expect him to show up, and then it's you're playing dice here. You're playing.
He's also fighting under Eddie Reynoso now, so you never know. Eddie Reynoso has a habit of changing fighters for the worse, in my opinion.
Bruno was the better boxer the first time around. Jamie's got to go in there and blast him out of there, otherwise he's gonna lose again.
Nah, that was a UK stoppage, to be honest.
He kept changing. He kept dumping Morales. He goes back to him and he dumps him. Like the dude is, I don't know, man. I think they know that that they're not that good, and that's why Oscar protected him for so long. He was like under the witness protection program, man. They turned down fights versus Boo Boo versus Janabek. Yo, these guys and then they cashed him out versus Canelo.
Well, Munguia's main problem has always been he's looking for the perfect shot. He's always looking, and when he's not, while he's looking, he's not even minding his defense. That's why he gets hit. He can't hit back. So he's listen. When Zurdo Ramirez has more craft than you, it's that's a problem right there. So
he's a nice guy, bro. Like I don't think he's good at all.
Yeah, he's not.
After yesterday, I have a bad feeling about that Berlanga card. I'm just like, damn, they're all gonna be snoozers.
Yeah, man. And now Berlanga's up there, like as some kind of star or some kind of commodity, man. Like that's why
he went 12 rounds, man. He went 12 rounds with Canelo.
Fight him because all it did was enable this guy to think he's somebody and be in the news more than what he should be. He doesn't deserve it, bro. Like he's annoying.
Listen, he went 12 toe-to-toe with Canelo for 12 rounds with a bad arm. That's what he said. So put a little respect on his name.
I mean, he went 12 rounds with Canelo, and then his next fight, he pulled some guy from the crowd and fought him. It's like, what the fuck?
That was crazy, bro. That guy came out of prison, bro. That guy had an ankle monitor. That was crazy.
Yeah, who knows why they... that was Eddie Hearn's way of telling Berlanga, hey, man, this is what I think of you, man, because he's making some crazy demands. Remember before the Canelo fight? Like, the fact that he thought he deserved the Canelo fight is insane. The fact that it even happened is insane. But now his head is overinflated because now he's like, hey, man, I fought Canelo. I went 12 rounds with him with a bad arm. I went toe-to-toe. I don't know. I'd like to see when he went toe-to-toe with him. I want to see that.
Bad arm.
And this is why I don't like seeing guys enabled and getting the cash cow, because it's like, dude, you give these guys that clout and all of a sudden, like, they're in our fucking feed every day, bro, because they think they're stars and they're not because they got the shot.
Berlanga might be worse than the guys that fought last night, actually, because he's literally never done anything. I don't think he has I can't name one good name on his resume. Maybe... Well, I can't think of one.
Skull's a better challenge. He beat Shishkin.
He beat Shishkin.
Yeah, okay, but back to Teofimo Lopez. Again, people were saying, oh, yeah, hey, him versus Boots, he gets cooked. What do you guys think? If that happens, is Teofimo Lopez in or about the same level as the Karen?
Nah, he's not beating Boots.
I mean, I don't know, man. Teofimo's all talk to me. I mean, I think Jimmy said it a couple shows ago. Teofimo has never fought a puncher. And, like, we see him get rocked by Barboza, a guy with pillow fists. It's like, all right.
And Barboza he's the solid fighter. He does everything like pretty good, but he's just a ham and egger. Like he doesn't do anything like explosive or speed or power. Like he's just kind of good all the way around. But
he's boring as fuck.
By the way, shout out to Shazar in the chat. He says, I'd hop in, but I'm sick. But I saw he edited it. He said, I'm sick of you. So whatever. I mean, if he's indeed sick, hopefully you feel better there, Shazar.
Shout out to Shazar. That's a real one right there.
So you guys don't think, okay, but if Lopez gets beaten by... Go ahead.
Hey, BDA, real quick. I was wondering, what do you have to say about Shazar saying that you look like a young John Renault?
Oh, Jean Renault. No, I don't understand. Now they're just throwing everything to see if it sticks. I don't look like Jean Renault at all.
Hey, last night was the first time I heard PDA little sauce, man. That was kind of cool, man. You need to drink more.
I wasn't sauce. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I mean, no, it was cool, man. I liked it, bro. You gotta. I'm gonna send you beer.
You know what it sounds like to me? It sounds like you were sauced and you want other people to be sauced.
I was like 5 beers deep, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
I mean, I drank. You know what I did drink? I drank like not even a quarter of rum with some 7-Up. It's just drinking alcohol is just an excuse for me to drink soft drinks. That's it. It's not even. It's a picogram or whatever the fuck alcohol is.
Be a man and drink beer, bro. Be a man and drink some beer.
I can't. How do you guys drink? How do you guys drink beer?
Be a man and drink hard liquor. What the fuck?
All right. Well, now we gotta take a turn. If anyone's drinking tonight, what are you drinking? What's the drink of choice?
Russian water.
Russian water.
I've been drinking some coffee lately.
Coffee, all right.
Russian water, tequila.
I'm drinking Ultra because I'm trying to stay in shape, man. Like, I'm not trying to load up on beer weight.
You shouldn't drink any beer if you're trying to stay in shape. What the fuck?
Nah, no, dude, but it's fun. Bro. Come on.
Drinking piss is fun, I guess.
Sobers, what are you smoking?
Marquez thinks that.
I'm gonna be smoking on that Ryan pack because he really disappointed me.
Like Ryan Peck.
Yeah.
Ryan is a clown. He also cried in the car too, which I thought was kind of funny, but it was just like, oh, fuck.
I'll be drinking. The only thing
You should know something was up when he showed up in a little taxi cab like a fucking lame.
Do you think
Did he show
Ryan
up in
fights
the
again?
Batmobile?
Huh?
Didn't he show up in the
think Ryan-
Batmobile?
Do you think Ryan fights
Oh, he
again?
did. Never mind.
Does
you think
Ryan
Ryan-
Garcia fight again? Does Garcia fight again? I don't. I would
Yeah, of
say
course.
probably.
He has to
I would
have
say
to make
in
much
a
money.
year, another year layoff. What do you guys think?
Oh, Jesus.
Nah, a
Christ.
couple months.
Yeah.
Couple months.
I think
I give him
they
a
can
couple
still
months.
make that Haney fight. And the commentator, I forgot his name. He mentioned it. He mentioned Mayweather and Judah. Remember that fight was supposed to happen, but then Judah lost to Baldomir,
Oh,
and
yeah.
they still made Judah against Mayweather. They bypassed. So it could happen again. Just
Maybe.
I
Who wants
think
to watch this shit?
I think that fight will happen next. Just because I think Devin Haney, after he celebrated and been jumping and blah, 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 and all this fucking shit, I think he's gonna realize that, damn, I actually have to fight a real challenge next fight if I don't find this dude. So just because of they'll make the most money, if they fight each other, because I think the gig is up with Haney. That him and his dad, they just both bunch of scam. They're just a pair of scammers.
I mean,
he can fight,
Shakur has brittle hands, so at least, it's not a good excuse, but at least it's something. What does Devin Haney have to fucking say that for his running? Like, he ran and he has no hand problems.
His little.
big.
That's
That's my point.
Was way bigger.
Brittle hands is not an excuse either, though.
Yeah, it's not, but at least it's
Okay.
something. And he's
who-
small, but Haney's huge.
Haney
What's
versus
his-
Rolly Romero.
Yeah, I was about to
Who
say
wins?
that. I can see that happening next.
Haney's
you know-
gonna win.
You
Haney's
know
gonna
what's funny
run.
though? In the clinch, Romero wins, so I don't think Haney would be trying that with him because he has some background
that's
in
true.
judo or some shit. So, and Haney can't punch, and Romero, he's slow and,
You know they're gonna
I
get
think
one of
I've
these. They're gonna get one of these Afro-American refs to help him clinch all night. He's gonna be able to clinch.
It's Afro-Anglo, by the way. But yeah, maybe.
But it's weird, man. I'm not trying to
You gotta
sound
get the
bad,
terms
but
right,
it's
okay,
always
Southpaw?
it's always those guys, bro.
no,
Think about Tony Willis.
you don't want to. You don't
Tony
want to
Willis?
clinch. I don't know.
Little
You don't want to
Willis.
clinch with Rolly though. Rolly's gonna throw him around. Rolly's good in the clinch. That's like the one thing he's actually good at in boxing.
Well, because he's a judoka.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if he does
Brown-
that, he's gonna get thrown around. So it's like he's kind of fucked. All he can do is really run.
I don't know, man. I don't want to see Haney in any big fight, dude. Like, that's like Shakur. Like, dude, unless it's versus Tank, okay, I'll go for that. But Tank's never gonna fight him.
Can I ask the panel a question relating to Turki Alalshikh? What do you guys think about what he was on? I forgot what podcast it was, but he was talking to some dude. He said boxing was better when they were the black heavyweight champion.
Did he actually say that, or was that just like
He really did.
You know what I think he did that. I'm speculating, obviously. I think because he's been having this accusations leveled against him about slavery in Saudi Arabia to build the stadiums and all that. There was also a lot of the PBC crowd hates him because he's doing what Al Haymon was supposed to do. So I think he has his ear to the ground and he knows or he has people who have ears on the ground who are telling him all of this, relaying this information. He goes, you know what? I gotta adapt, improvise, overcome, and I think that's why he made that statement.
Maybe.
Do you think
I love my Mandingos.
Come on, man! What the fuck?
You think he won in the
Turkey needs some better advisor, man, or like a better matchmaker, because he has to have somebody telling him like, "Nah, don't put them together. Those are terrible fights."
Well,
it looks like he's just playing.
Hopefully Mario.
Those matchups weren't even bad. It was the fighters that didn't show up.
Yeah, that's. I mean, yeah, you're right. I can't really blame that on him, right? It's not his
Hopefully
fault.
Mario
He's
Lopez
awful.
pulls some strings and gets Steve in there, because like Dana White's gonna head this whole thing. So they need if Dana and Mario are tight. So it's like, man, get Steve Kim in there, bro. He's like the boxing brain.
But wait a minute. You said it yesterday when you called in. You said the problem was the fighters themselves. It wasn't so much the Sheikh. So in other words, what I'm saying is, we've had about half a dozen big events, big mega cards from the Sheik at this point, and this was, as far as I can remember, this was the first one that really left people disappointed. So hey, out of all the ones he's done, it was bound to happen that there was going to be one bad one, and like you said yesterday, it was because of the fighters. It wasn't because of the Sheik.
Well, no, I'm saying it was the fighters. No, because I like the idea. Like, it was a great idea. It was cool if the fights would have delivered. But the fighters have always been the problem. That's why these fans gotta wake up and stop taking sides with their favorite fighters and say, hey, it's not Top Rank, it's not Eddie. These guys are fucking brats,
these
man.
Guys are morons. These guys are morons. And it doesn't stop here. It's Shakur. This whole cohort of fighters that are in the same age group. It's Haney, Shakur, Tio, Ryan, Shakur, and Davis. They're just flops. They're flops. Realistically, they're manufactured fighters. They've got manufactured records, and they're flops. They're flops.
They're entitled, and they don't want to put in the work. It's fucking absurd. They just want it's like this whole generation. It's just like, fuck. They just want to be there for the pictures and the belts. It's like, no, dude, you gotta fucking do something. You gotta impress people. Your fandom takes you. Your internet fandom can only take you so far. It's fucking crazy.
Guys, I want to hear what Jimmy has to say as well. Jimmy, are you there?
Jimmy.
Yo, what's up, gentlemen?
What's up?
Hello, Jimmy.
You guys talking about yesterday's battle?
Yep.
Yeah, that was a great card, huh? Jesus Christ.
I couldn't really say I fell asleep, Jimmy.
Oh my God, imagine being Oscar De La Hoya today, like all the shit he's put up with from Ryan Garcia, all the garbage and the fighting and the fucking bullshit, for him to lose to Rolly Romero. Like, how do you come back from that? It's you know what I mean? Like, how do you come back from that?
It's embarrassing.
You get knocked down in the second round.
He didn't even try. He did. Let's say, imagine that Ryan Garcia went in there, started trading with Romero. It was exciting, but then he lost. People would have been like, okay, he tried to at least knock out the guy. He didn't try to do anything. That's the worst part about it.
Breaking news: De La Hoya back in rehab.
I think what happened is he realized when he got in there that probably a minute into each round, he started fucking getting cement legs. I think the drinking and the outside partying, like I don't think it was a fucking joke what he did with Haney, like that. He fooled everybody. No, he was wrecked all those times. People saw him drunk online at 2:00 in the morning, and that never stopped during the suspension. So he partied. He thought he could get fucking 60, 70 rounds in a sparring, stopping it anytime he wants. And that was gonna, equate. And all of a sudden he gets up there, gets touched by that fucking kid with retard strength, who puts him on his ass. And then after that, he's scared. He's like, "Fuck, this kid can knock me out." And my legs are heavy. He's sweating out the fucking poison he's been putting in his system for a year. And there you go.
And what's surprising is that I think Ryan in his head thought like, okay, they're gonna give it to me because I'm the house fighter. We got another fight already being a commercial for the rematch. It's already being pushed. So I think in his head, he's like, okay, I just got to get through and they're going to give it to me. And what's crazy is that they didn't. I thought they would. That's,
Hey, Jimmy, he was even clapping. He was even clapping at when they called the cards. He knew he lost.
Yeah.
He absolutely
Jimmy, didn't they try to rob him though? That weren't the judges like didn't they give him more rounds? If I'm not mistaken.
Well, I mean, it was a close fight. I didn't see Romero doing much other than stabbing to the body and every once in a while winging a wild right hand. I didn't see him land much. I thought it could have been a draw easily.
Yeah,
but one of the cards was wide. One of the cards was real wide. I was like, wow.
118.
Yeah, Ryan didn't do anything really. Like he did close to nothing. So
I think he bored the fans, man.
Yeah.
Hey, but you know what's interesting about? I wanted to ask. Somebody mentioned the so-called midget Ismael Salas. Hey, at this point, Salas, everyone's a lot of these fighters are going with Bomac. A lot of the people in the UK, the continent, as I like to call it, they're going with what's his name, Davidson. Hey, Salas has proven. Yeah, okay, Joey's lost, and a couple of the other guys said that he has, but they pull off upsets, man. This dude is an underrated trainer.
You think so? I think a lot of people know and they go with him. I've seen him a lot.
All I hear is Bomac this. Every time ESPN, Bomac, the magician, Bomac. He's going to fill you up. Bomac, he's big.
Salas and what's that guy? Manny Robles. They're pretty underrated from what I've seen.
Well, who I think it was Gonzalo who said. Gonzalo was the one who said. Well, allegedly he'd heard that Robert Garcia steals a lot of Robles' fighters. That's what he heard. I'm not saying that that's what he asserted.
I hear with Bomac, there's a signing bonus of free Cheetos for a year.
Come on.
He would never give that away. That's for him. He would never give that away.
Exactly. No, he'll teach you how to sneak.
He has Cheetos crumbs on his shirt. Like when he's interviews, he's got crumbs on his shirt. Like fried chicken or Cheetos.
He's got Cheeto crumbs on his pistol. He's got Cheeto crumbs on the pistols he takes into the UK.
Always.
Every time he
leaves the mic, it's like it was up the Cheeto guy's ass, and they took it out because his face it just smells. It smells like cheese, like rotten cheese.
All right.
The benefit of being with Bomac though is that you never miss weight, right? Because it's like the food is scarce. You're getting whatever you can find.
I wanted to ask Jimmy. Jimmy Romero, he's always looked like he's always had bulging muscles. This time at 147, he looked bigger than I've ever seen him. Do you think these guys are even bigger than the welterweights who had to weigh in at the same day? From 30, 40 years ago?
Well, they're more rested because they get to weigh in the day before, so they get to put on so much more weight overnight.
But that's what I'm saying.
So 140s, they're bigger than absolutely bigger on fight day because they get the day before weigh-ins. See,
but that's insane, Jimmy.
The same day, you ain't got the ability to put on weight because you're not going to sleep unless you. Some guys try
that's
to nap.
Insane.
But
that is insane to me because Romero, Garcia, all these guys were lightweights a couple of years ago. They're at welterweight now, and they're still they weigh 100. They're still bigger than the welterweights from yesterday. It's insane.
Devin was 165. That's what the telecast said. And he still ran like hell from a shot fighter. That's what's crazy.
That's true. That's a great point. The other thing I heard is that supposedly when he weighed in at the ceremonial weigh-in, he instructed people to shut off the scale, to shut it down because he didn't want to see. He didn't want people to know how much he'd rehydrated in the morning, same day. Not even the next day. He didn't want people to know how much he'd rehydrated hours after the weigh-in. A mere couple of hours. That's insane. How much weight is he putting back on in a whole day?
That just shows he's screwed, man. The older he gets, he's gonna have to move up. And if he can't even put pop on the shots last night versus Ramirez, he has no shot versus any top welterweight or 154. He's gonna have to go to 154 eventually. And he's not gonna be able to hang.
Yeah. That's true. Anyone that says that Haney's not on something, I mean, come on. He's got snack. Every time they mention Conte, he starts stammering. And he's gaining 25 pounds and 30 pounds. I mean, come on.
Well, remember, he used to weaponize the weigh-ins, 36-hour weigh-ins.
The guy's been a weight bully his entire career. He's not going to... The thing is, listen, I thought that maybe there was a chance that moving up in weight, he would have power. And people were claiming that when he moved it to 140 because he knocked down Prograis, but Prograis is so much smaller than him. Prograis way smaller.
And shot and old, man.
I just don't see Devin Haney in there with top level guys at the weight. It's not going to happen. It's just
Haney was bigger than Ramirez too, man. Did everybody?
Yeah, he was bigger than Ramirez, and Ramirez was used to getting hit by heavy-handed guys too, but. This is not going to happen for him. I just don't see how you take a guy like Devin Haney and you develop him into a power puncher or a guy that could really stand the power of guys at 147. I don't know, man. I don't think he's got a future. I don't think any of these guys really do. Maybe Teofimo, if he plays his cards right, he could probably stay in the higher echelon of the 140 division, but he's not going to be a power puncher or a heavy player at 147 either. I mean,
dude,
let's be honest.
If Turkey gives these guys another bag, I'm going to be mad at Turkey. Like, he needs to drop all of them right now.
That's hard because some of them do have a fan base, and some people are still interested in seeing the Haney and Garcia thing because of the style.
They're both gonna need another fight.
They have to. They both have to take a tune-up fight for that fight. And then if that fight takes a shit, then I just don't want to ever hear from these guys again.
I don't trust Haney, man. If he's that scared of Ramirez, holy shit, man. Who are they gonna put him up against? That way he's gonna look good.
I don't know.
Ramirez
They'll put him against like Hitchkins. I mean Hitchkins. Barboza, Catterall, other dudes.
Hitchkins, they'll just stare at each other all day.
I think Catterall.
Ricky Martin.
But Barboza, they should put him against Barboza. That would be a good tune-up fight too. I mean, he's got to take like 2 or 3 of them at this point.
Haney is the best example I've ever seen of a manufactured fighter.
Yeah, but you think about it, you can put them in tune-ups, but they don't want tune-up money. These kids aren't gonna want tune-up money. They're gonna want pay-per-view.
But they have no choice. They've lost. They're
delusional.
They've lost 80% of their fan base. Whatever the fan base they had, which wasn't huge because they weren't selling pay-per-views well, they've lost like 80% of their fan base at least or more.
Yeah, but they're that delusional where they won't get it.
Yeah,
they're that fucking delusional.
They can't get the money. And you're right. If Turkey does put the bill for them and gives them a bag for this, it's not, you can't excuse this. You can't excuse this, and it shouldn't be allowed. There should be penalties for back foot bitching the whole fight and not engaging. I mean,
well, these young fighters, when you give them that kind of money, they're not going to take a step backwards. They're just not.
They got to eat a slice of humble pie, man. It's not going to happen. People don't want to watch this fight. People don't want to watch these guys.
These boring fights, they need to stop putting them in the undercard, like in the beginning or like prelim. Tired. Boring. It totally fucking kills the momentum.
Well, Haney did nothing to bring any kind of fan base to him. I mean, he's just turning fans off.
Yeah.
Well, he was not the only one boring yesterday.
Well, I think this fight hurt Haney more than did him any good. This fight really hurt him.
The crazy thing is, fighter who's pushing his punches, and you're out there fighting like you're fighting Joe Frazier. It was just crazy.
Yeah,
he's so afraid to interact. He's so afraid to get in the pocket, bite down on his mouthpiece after taking that beating. I knew he was going to be gunshot, but Jesus Christ!
It was 2 sharp fighters. It was 2 sharp fighters in the ring.
Yeah, I also don't want to see Jose Ramirez again, man. I feel like I've seen like too many fights in a row where it's like, it's over.
Oh yeah, he's done.
No, that goes without saying. Jose Ramirez is Jose Ramirez is a fighter that it's over, or you should be in the prelim fights. Nobody really isn't clamoring to watch you fight anymore.
I like Jose Ramirez. I was a big fan back in 2019, 18. I think I thought he was like, oh, this guy's the goods, but since 2020, it's just been downhill. And I think he had stayed at 140 too long and was scared to move up because they had the welterweight division hostage. But he fucked up, man. He ruined his career stalling at 140.
Well, he lost his hunger when he got married, man. Remember Top Rank? He was turning down fights. Like when Top Rank cuts a guy, man, I'll believe Top Rank over the fighter.
Yeah,
he was turning down fights all the time because I want to get married. I'm like, bro, like you're in your prime. What are you doing?
Yeah, don't sleep on Bob. He's a Jewish gangster, man.
Man,
Ramirez was also fighting like once a year too. It's just like, dude, your style does not work well just fighting once a year.
Yeah, he was turning down fight dates, turning down fights, and everybody was like, "What's this guy's problem?"
He avoided pro grade too. It's just like, fuck. It's just one thing after another. He was getting rocked by who's that one guy? The one Teofimo knocked out.
Yeah, he ducked somebody. Who did he duck? He ducked somebody openly. Fuck, who was it? Was it who was it? It was. Oh yeah.
And he also fucking got rocked by Kami. He got rocked by what's that one Cuban guy, Bartholomew? Those guys suck.
Yeah,
those guys suck, bro.
Yep.
I don't know. It's all bad.
He had a good run. I mean, when he beat that guy from Texas, Hooker, man, he was kind of on a roll, but then he just, I don't know, man. Fighters always shoot themselves in the foot.
Well, that Taylor, he changed after that Taylor fight, so.
Yeah.
So did Taylor. That whole division looks like shit now. That whole era is just like, we overhyped it, I feel.
Yeah, I think Taylor just stayed at the weight class too long because he was killing his body, man. He had all those injuries too. Like, I don't know, man. Your body can only put so much stress on it before it breaks, man. And that's what's happening. That's the game these guys are playing. Like, let me suck down to the lowest weight I can for as long as I can so I can have this big, giant edge in size. And all you're doing is killing your body. And then when you're inactive on top of that, like, it's crazy how you're going to balloon up and you're going to have to lose a ton of weight.
So do you guys think that someone like Jose Ramirez is going to be in danger of giving himself CTE with all the weight.
I think it's a little too. I think it's a little too late, buddy. Have you heard Ramirez?
He kind of already has it, right? The way he talks, people kind of clown him the way he does interviews.
Yeah.
Bare knuckle boxing.
He'd probably be all right for that.
Yeah, I mean, usually the boxers will do pretty good, except for Paulie.
Angulo knocked somebody out in one punch.
Yeah, Angulo. That guy's wild. But I don't know, man. I don't know. That was a farce, man. I was embarrassed.
What does Oscar even do when all his fighters just keep losing? It's just like I don't think
he always had a weak stable. He always had a weak stable. Like I don't know, man. Like who did he have? And Ryan was his only guy, and then
Virgil.
Virgil, yeah, Virgil. But man, I'm surprised. I don't think Virgil stays with him that much longer, man. But Virgil, I don't know. I'm wondering how he's gonna do at the higher weights because I don't know, man. The question's still out: is he gonna be as effective at these higher weights as he was a welter?
I mean, he hasn't knocked anybody since he moved up.
Well, yeah, but he had that health issue, and he got almost. Some people say he got a gift decision versus
Bohachuk.
Yeah,
so he had a hard fight with Bohachuk. Yeah.
I thought he was good though.
Yeah, I mean, I like his style, man. I hope he does good because he puts like if he was on the card last night, he wouldn't disappoint, man. Because he throws everything and he's fast and he torques his whole body into his shots. Like, do you see the way he twists? It's like you're trying to hit a home run, but with balance. You know what I mean? So that's what I like about him. So I hope he ain't shot. I'm actually rooting for the guy. That's all Oscar got left.
I actually want to see Rolly Romero versus Virgil Ortiz at 154. Let's make it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Virgil takes him out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Virgil versus Boots might be the next big one. I don't know, but Boots is still stubborn and wants to stay down.
Boots don't want it.
He wants to unify. I don't know why. It's like, I mean,
they already offered him that fight.
Yeah, he's using that as a smoke screen.
They had offered Boots Crawford. They offered Boots Teal. They offered Boots Ortiz. He said no to everybody, bro. He ain't trying to fight nobody.
He wants to fight Mario Barrios.
No, Barrios is gonna fight Pacquiao.
He's probably gonna try to fight Pacquiao after that. You know?
Yeah.
Man.
I'm not gonna lie, man. I can see a 46-year-old Manny Pacquiao beating up on Barrios. I don't know why.
No, I think Barrios is gonna win, bro. Pacquiao, he's done, bro.
Hey, Boots should get it over with and just fight Norman.
He don't want to fight him neither.
Yeah, Norman has a fight coming up later this month against Jen Sasaki.
Or Scull.
Fighter. He's pretty good, Jen Sasaki, Japanese welter.
Hey, Telkines, are you
Crypto
still
Gregory in the chat saying Canelo loses tonight. He's taking all bets. Let's bet, bro. Jump on the panel. Let's make it happen.
We also have Telkines. We have Telkines here. Telkines, are you gonna change your mind now?
I'm not gonna change my mind at all. William Scull is gonna outslit Canelo.
Gregory, you're all.
He's riding hard for Scull, man.
He says outslit. Is it gonna be
down, bro?
I need to know if you've ever actually seen a Scull fight. Have you ever actually seen a Scull fight? Because I need to know.
Yes, I've seen this fight against Shevchenko,
fight.
I saw the Shevchenko fight, which earned him the IBF mandatory status. I've seen
Wasn't Scull getting rocked by jabs in that Shishkin fight? Like,
Shish kebab.
So yeah, he was getting rocked by jabs, man. I'm not really sure what you've seen.
I mean, Canelo isn't 6'3" though, so I'm not, or 6'2" or whatever. But
what?
So that's a completely different fight right there. Canelo isn't going to be punching from where Shishkin was punching.
All right, we'll see.
Your logic makes no sense. Canelo has been fighting taller guys.
Well, what are you talking about? Is Canelo 6'2", 6'3", like Shishkin?
Obviously.
And what the fuck are you talking about?
He's fought those type of guys though his whole career though.
He's not 6'2", but he's gonna get lynched by someone who's 5'7.5".
No, Canelo's gonna get out slicked. And that's the end of it.
I feel like you've never seen a Scull fight to say that.
That's a weird hill to die on.
You saying Scull is gonna school Canelo? Is that what you're saying?
It's gonna be a comprehensive schooling. You guys better get out your notebooks
The real thing is, if Canelo doesn't knock this guy out, man, it's like...
your binders with your paper in it, and you need to take notes because William
Scull is
Scull's
just like you. He's gonna pull out an injury at the last minute. Bullshit.
Don't cap the BDA, man.
And keep on talking that shit about injuries, man. William Scull's
probably gonna say the same thing, bro. He's gonna say he hurt his dubla mangata and shit. That's why he gets.
I mean, I do want to see the Crawford. I do want to see the Crawford Canelo
get the
fight.
fuck out of here because I'm gonna fuck you out right now, motherfucker.
That's right. Like I don't want to see Crawford Canelo, man. I'm tired of these like the cash out fights, bro. Like I don't know, man, but Canelo's gonna win tonight, bro. Skull's no life, bro.
If Silk happens
boy,
to be right,
be here to catch your tears. Don't worry. I'll be here for you.
To be right, if Silk happens to be right, does he become the face of the YTBC?
No.
We gotta give him some credit though. If he,
I mean, how it's like how can you how are you gonna give any credit when you want Crawford to beat Canelo? You know what I mean? Alan just wants to see Canelo lose. He doesn't. You know what I'm saying? He's just like,
yeah, you're right.
What are you talking about?
He's still mad that
I don't want to see Canelo lose every fight he's in.
I just want to comment on
talking about you.
Whoever said that they're tired of these fights of weight class jumping. It's one of the worst things in boxing. I mean, with Canelo, Jamel Charlo, you had David Benavidez there for Canelo, you had Tim Tszyu there for Jamel Charlo. Both would have been great fights, and instead we got a shit sleeper for 12 rounds. I mean, so there's no need, and this is why I've been saying I don't want to see Teo jump up and fight Boots Ennis. Just put Teo against Haney. Like there doesn't need to be this big science fiction method to make these big fights when in different divisions, when divisions have the right fighters in front of you.
I don't want to see Haney in any fight, bro.
Yeah, he's awful.
Haney's not welterweight now, though. Haney's not welterweight. Teo needs to unify or do something else, because...
Yeah, do Teo versus William Hitchens. Just don't do the Boots fight.
Terrible style.
Haney has turned into must-miss television.
Yeah.
It's fucking waste of time to watch.
Haney and Garcia have regressed so much. It's like, I remember in 2020, 2019, they were kind of like somewhat exciting. Even Haney, when he fought JoJo, I was just like, okay, this was a good fight, but ever since then, it's just been downhill.
With Haney, you can kind of understand it because he was coming back from a horrible experience against Garcia, but Garcia, he's the puncher. He's the guy who's claimed that the drugs were all set up and he was never affected by any of them. Haney didn't look that good because his confidence is nowhere, but Garcia was 1,000 times worse.
I mean, he's giving these guys fuel to the argument about the PEDs, man, because he looked horrible, dude. Oh my God, I couldn't believe it. And I was like, okay, I was texting people. I was like, you know what? Those fights sucked, but Ryan's gonna bring it, and Rolly sucks. He's gonna knock him out. We're gonna get something tonight, and sure enough, we got nothing.
You guys think that Jogba and Bakoli fight? They were talking mad shit to each other at the press conference in Wayne.
It's gonna be a great fight
for as long as it lasts. I do too.
Yeah, that should be a good fight.
McCauley's nearly 300 pounds.
I think that's actually the best fight on the card because two big heavyweights, they not very technical. They're just going to go at each other. It's going to be great. I mean, I'm interested in Munguia Suarez, which, by the way, is anybody here picking Suarez to win? Because if you look at the fight, Munguia has actually been open for that counter punch that knocked him out all his entire career. Like, I would not be shocked if Suarez hurts him again.
Now, I'm sure he's on some designer shit now, man, because I mean, he's in the right camp, so he's going to be a little bit stronger, if you know what I mean.
You're saying
if Munguia doesn't get him
on the right toes.
If Munguia doesn't get him early, he's going to lose.
Nah,
Munguia loses, we got Canelo's. If Munguia loses, we got Canelo's next opponent, though.
I think Eubanks gonna be after. If it ain't Crawford next, it's gonna be Eubanks.
Oh God, no! That'd be terrible.
No, because Canelo always wanted to fight in the UK, and that fight that they just did was huge, and that's right up his alley.
Wembley definitely. Canelo's gonna fight Chris Eubanks.
Absolutely, Wembley Stadium. Mark your calendars. Let's get.
So, okay, if Canelo honestly goes on to fight Chris Eubanks Jr., that's honestly one of the worst cherry picks ever for Canelo.
I mean, he's been cherry picking, bro. I'm over it. Like He's not gonna fight anybody. He's not gonna take it on any big risk anymore.
What I was saying, this will be one of the worst cherry picks. Like this will be.
So what's the big? So y'all guys tell me what's the big risk at 168?
Nothing.
There was a big risk.
I would say
there was a big risk for 3 years, and he didn't.
I would put Lester Martinez. I'd say him.
Nah, Lester Martinez. No one knows who that is.
I mean, that's what.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's why I just want to see him.
The pride of Guatemala.
Shut Benavidez up at 168. He was there for 3 years, and then you can fight whoever you want.
But you're bringing up a dude that's no longer a factor in the weight class. I said at 168.
I think it's just Billy, right? I like to
put some respect. Put some respect on his name, though. Lester Martinez is Crawford's secret weapon against Canelo.
He's not.
Yeah, that's Canelo's
so he's a sparring
kryptonite.
partner, so he deserves respect for being a sparring partner.
I mean,
that's Canelo's kryptonite. Way.
Canelo's slowing down a lot, bro. Like I think he's slowing down a lot more than y'all realize. Like,
hey, bro,
all these wins are not aging well.
Don't poke the bear, fool.
They're not, but I'm saying they're not aging well. Look at the Berlanga fight. That didn't age well.
Look at the Lara win. Look at the Lara win. That one aged well.
I mean, did he win? Did he beat Lara? Did he? I mean,
getting a one-way kick.
Yeah, did you watch the fight? He won.
Yeah, I think he beat him, but there's an argument. If people argue that
why you asking?
I'm not arguing. That's not your argument, though.
Bro, they hate seeing a Mexican man on top of the world.
Here we go. Here we go. It has nothing to do with Mexican, bro.
No, Canelo. There's no one left for him at 168.
To keep it honest, fool. A lot of these Canelo haters have been calling ice on him. It's not gonna work, dog.
Hold on. Anchor, hold on. There's got nothing to do with race, okay? It's to do with Canelo. He's
admit it,
Not a green card.
He's moved up and fought guys like Kovalev when people weren't asking for it before. So if he wants a real challenge and he wants to stop boring fans with these fights nobody gives a shit about, he should move up to 175. I don't think.
But you get what you're asking. What you're asking for is unreasonable, right? Like it's kind of stupid.
Wait, he's been there twice.
It's illogical. It's illogical, dude.
Yeah, and he's batting 50. He's batting 50 at the weight class.
It's not unreasonable with
Kovalev, Chavez Jr., B-ball. He fought 3 times up there.
Chavez Jr. was at light heavyweight?
No, it
was
wasn't.
165. Or was it 165?
Yeah,
it was a catchweight. Either way, man.
That's not either way. He just made that up.
Sobers, I think what they're saying is that Canelo's that good that he needs to fight extremely bigger guys. That's what they're saying.
But he's that good. That's why he's fighting.
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
So why does he go to cruiserweight and challenge? Why does he fight Gilberto Ramirez at 195?
The fight was there for 3 years and he didn't take it. That's just the bottom line.
They wanted Canelo to fight Usyk. It's illogical.
We need to debunk this bullshit narrative. People are saying, "Oh, you just want Canelo to lose." No, he's fought at 175 before, and his argument is that he always goes and
he's batting 50. So
the real challenges are at 175 right now because 168 has dried out. So I don't think
168 is not dried out. Devin Haney. Hold on, bro. It's like saying Devin Haney should go to 154.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like saying Devin Haney should go to 154 because that's what the real challenges are at.
You're comparing Devin Haney to Canelo? Come on, bro. That's a fact.
It's like saying someone should go out of their weight class and fight dudes way bigger.
I mean,
but
you're
using names that are kind of you're trying to choose names that are kind of like guaranteed to win.
No, but the fact of the matter is that the fight was there for 3 years and he didn't take it. So it's Benavidez moved up, but Canelo straight up ducked him. I'm sorry, it's the ugly truth.
He didn't, bro. He had the opportunity last year to activate his mandatory, and he moved up to 175. Fight a retired fighter like Vazquez.
He's gonna enforce anything on Canelo?
Hate and envy will always blind you. Hate and envy will always blind you.
Don't be that naive.
Hey, I'm not being naive. I'm being honest, and I'm stating the fact.
He's gonna tell Canelo to take the fight that he doesn't want.
Come on, keep it 100, fool.
Dude, who has the track history?
And he ducked Beterbiev back in 2020 when he got stripped.
God.
No, not just Beterbiev.
He's so famous by Mauricio Solomon.
I would have put my money on
the list of guys.
Hey, Mauricio was like, I'm gonna take your 168 belt, but guess what? You have the shot to fight Beterbiev for the 175 belt. He's not
gonna tell Canelo what to do. Nobody tells Canelo what to do.
See, that's
the last time they tried to do that. Canelo dumped the belt the last time they tried to enforce anything on him.
Hey, and look, bro. If he made him do that again, that would have been embarrassing, right?
It's just any other fighter that makes that many excuses, we drag him. But when it's Canelo, I get it. You like the guy. It's just he ducked him. I'm sorry.
He would have looked terrible. If he would have dropped the belt, he would have looked bad, man. He would have looked bad.
Exactly. So why did you make Canelo drop the belt?
Dude, Canelo never wanted to fight him, bro.
Why did David Benavidez fight Gilberto Ramirez when they're both champions?
And then they even gave him a recent offer. They even gave him a recent offer, and Canelo's team hasn't debunked it.
Who gave him an offer?
They tried to give him a lowball offer of $5 million, and Benavidez camp said they thought we were gonna say no, but we said yes, and we never heard back from him. And Canelo and his team, his promoters, didn't say shit about it. And this was recently.
That's some old hearsay bullshit.
No, this was from Benavidez himself, and he never said anything back.
Do we really have to talk about Benavidez for the 100th time?
Yeah,
bring up Canelo. That's right.
That's how irrelevant he is.
So we have to believe Benavidez, right?
It's like we make Benavidez a victim.
We'll talk about
we have to believe typical PBC fighter shenanigans. Yeah, we have to believe.
Benavidez' best resume is scoring matches.
Bro.
That's how sad he is.
It's like turning up a beehive.
Go ahead, Jimmy. Go ahead, Mr. Marina. You have to say something.
Yeah, I was just gonna say there was one thing that I found odd was right prior to a Canelo fight, and I think it was, I forget, it was one of his last fights at 168 when Benavidez was 168, and he said if Canelo wins, which he clearly was going to, he said, I'm going to mandate that fight. All right. So, in the number one candidate was Benavidez. But here's the thing, and this is official. I mean, everybody's talked about it, from the people who wouldn't lie about it types, who just like their word means something. Like if they say something that's not true, it fucks them up. Benavidez never put in a fee, never signed up for the sanctioning fee. When you become a mandate fighter, there's a fee that comes along with that. You have to apply to it, because of course it's just a way for the belts to make money, and they never did it. And what's his name said he was shocked that they just never did it. And
you're a good man, Jimmy. You're a good man.
And a lot of people said it was because Al Heyman at the time was trying to make the deal with Canelo. This is when he was trying to restructure the deal. It was going on during then. And Benavidez's manager infuriated Al Heyman because Canelo was literally in Indiana meeting with Al Heyman about signing on to a 3-fight deal after he lost him after that first 3-fight deal. And he fought once, but because it lived up to the expectations, yada, yada, yada. So anyways, he's literally in meetings that week. That's when Benavidez's trainer, who's just, that dude lies every time. You know what? You can tell when he's lying when his lips are moving. Seriously. That dude's just always so full of
he's a douchebag. He's a douchebag, and I'll agree with a lot of stuff. Could have, would have. I'll agree with all that, but in the end, that's been the money fight. That's been the fight the fans want. It would have did more business than Berlanga. It would have did more business than Munguia. It would have did more business than Ryder. It would have did more business than Carlo, and it would have did more business than Skull.
Bruh, shut up.
Just address the point instead of saying shut up.
I wasn't done. Yeah, I wasn't done. What I was saying. This has nothing to do.
You love him. I get it.
This has not. No, he doesn't love me, dude. He just
not you, Jimmy. Not you, Jimmy. But this guy gets triggered every time I tell him the truth. That the guy. I'm just trying to say what happened with Benavidez and the rumors that were coming out of the PBC. That it was Al Heyman that stopped that fight from happening because he was like, no, you're not going forward to the mandate, because if you mandate, you have to fight him next. But that's not what I want. Because I want it on the third fight of the deal. That's what I'm offering Canelo. So, let me
listen. I'm not. Yeah, I hate having to rush my fucking thoughts. This is a long show, dude. It's not going anywhere, bro. I'm going to tell you this now. This is my opinion. Benavidez would fight anybody. This is no reflection of the fighter. This is what happens in the sport. You have players around you making decisions for you when you're up at that level. So when I say Benavidez didn't sign the mandate, I'm not saying that he didn't want to fight him. I'm saying he had people around him. He got his bosses, got his peepee smacked from Al Heyman saying, because the word was Canelo marched out of there, said I'm flying home. While I'm meeting with you got this asshole saying that he just offered me a $50 million remember that whole thing? And now the second time it was 80 million. It was just ridiculous. It was no money. But the point being, I think I know that Benavidez tried to get away from that fucking, I'm telling you, the guy looks like we just put a fucking drink, one of those pills in a girl's drink.
Yeah, he tried to go to top rank. Yeah, he tried to go to top rank.
Yeah, and I think what happened was by then, but Benavidez, the whole time it's going on, he's fighting his weight. Harder and harder for this kid to make 168. And I think the minute he felt 175, he realized I punch harder, my better wing leg. Like I think at 175, he stops Caleb Plant. That fight would have gone distance. The reason why Caleb Plant was able to hang on and last those last 4 rounds, I rewatched that fight. Benavidez was tired. He was real tired. He was pushing his punches, even when he kind of connected with fucking Plant. And I think he realized the tiredness was because the dude walks around at over 200 pounds. Coming down to 168 was rough.
Like, everyone's
so
a weight
I
bully
think he wanted to go to 175. So I think that he finally realized he couldn't do it anymore. My thing is this. Canelo started at 140. His first professional fight was 140. And he's fucking 5'7.5", maybe 5'8", and he's fighting at 168. That's already unbelievable. That's already, 4 fucking weight classes than from where he started. And I was, in the beginning, I was not a Canelo fan. Like, I tried not to like the dude because I was such a big Triple G fan. But just from the shot he took in the 10th round against Triple G, my respect for that kid, holy fucking shit. Anybody else at 160 is going the fuck out.
Yeah, imagine if he didn't stall Triple G for 3 years, then we would have fought him straight.
No, but I know, dude. That's one of the reasons I didn't like him. That's one of the reasons I didn't like. One of the reasons I was kind of angry at him, and it was 18 months. Really, what happened? He gave his belt in. It took 18 more months for the fight to happen. But don't make no mistake. That 18 months was 18 months. He did what he did in his brain, and his team told him, age him out a bit. Right now, the boy cracks too hard. You can't blame Canelo for doing it. He's not stupid, but he still took that shot. And the 10th round, he would have put anybody else out.
Okay,
you're a good man, bro.
You never finished his point, bro. You just keep cutting in, bro. Shut up.
Come on, you gotta let people finish, man. Come on.
I'll be done. 30 more seconds. I was just gonna say, so because of Canelo's fighting, who he fought, how he moved, and you look against the character, the background of everybody else. They're saying this dude is taking chances. He's going up to 175 to fight the best fucking guy with the best feet in boxing. You look at them side by side, but Benavidez fucking towers them, dude.
Yeah, I give him props for that.
Going up there, dude. That's a dare to be great moment. I picked Benavidez to beat him, and I said a unanimous. I was right on that. Because it was just I knew he wasn't going to be able to get past the jab and the footwork, but that's another whole stage. So he did that. I'm saying, holy fucking shit, you got guys, and you reflect this down to what the guys are doing at 140, 147. Not the fucking nobody. So you see this kid, he's already got the resume to fucking, I'll be done right after this. He's got the resume that he doesn't have to do all this, and he's still doing it. So my respect, he earned my respect. I tried not to like the kid, but he's earned my respect.
Hey, Jimmy, I gotta call out something you said before, though. You said that we can't fault Canelo for aging out Triple G. Are you saying that that's something that should be done in boxing to age fighters out?
No, of course not. Of course not. But you know what I mean? Do it as a fan? Of course not. I was pissed. But to put yourself pragmatically in his boots, he's a young guy. He's not going to age out. He's still Canelo, and again, I agree. I wanted him to fight right away, but that's why he ditched the belt.
I'm not a fan of ducking.
The whole when he went, I'm not paying that fee for the WBC. Come on, dude. You got more money than God, dude. He's got so much money, dude. He could have. That meant nothing to him paying $500,000 in fees.
Did he have a duck?
You know. What's that? No, he didn't duck. He put it off. And he did fight him, but he did put it off for 18 months.
It just drives me crazy when people say bring up the sanctioning body.
How do you duck somebody fought, bro?
You should have mandated this, mandated that. When it's the WBC and the cash cow, you don't mandate anything. I guarantee when he went into Al Heyman's office, I guarantee when he went into Al Heyman's office, Al Heyman told him, "You have a la carte, whatever you want." They're not gonna. Do you think Al Heyman's gonna tell him to fight the fight that he's been avoiding? No, he's gonna be like, "Hey, we want you because you're the cash cow. We want you on our side. You can have whoever you want." And sure enough, he picked.
You were there. You were there.
Hold on. Let me finish.
That's a all right.
No. Cut his ass off like he was cutting everybody else off. Cut his ass off.
And just like when Charlo didn't fight for 3 years and they let him keep the belt, just like when with Spence and not fighting mandatories forever. Like these belts, you can't say to enforce things because if they're the A side, they're the cash cow, whatever. They're gonna
no, that's stupid because Canelo dropped the belt to avoid Triple G, right? So Benavidez could have done the same thing and embarrassed his ass in front of everybody, in front of the whole world. He could have done that shit, but he fucking didn't do it. He said, "I need time." He said, "I need time to decide what weight class I'm gonna go to." He said, "I need time to decide what weight class I'm gonna go to." He asked for 2 extensions with the WBC to decide what he's gonna do, right?
You keep bringing up the WBC like they're.
And then what the fuck did he do? He said, "You know what? I'm not even a super middleweight no more. I'm a light heavyweight now." So he's out of the fucking equation, bro.
No, but my thing is this too. Right now, it's
not about love, bro. You don't know what the fuck's going on, dude. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about,
bro.
You know what the fuck you're talking about, bro. You're talking about an imaginary fucking contract that Jose Benavidez brought up, a $50 million contract that no one's ever fucking heard of.
I don't fight Mexicans.
David brought it up. Who else?
Bro, he doesn't fight Mexicans.
I mean, how many excuses do you got here? I mean, when a guy says, "I earned the right to pick and choose," that says everything, bro.
No. That's Suleiman propaganda.
No, listen.
Why? I just want to know why is it?
Listen.
Hey, look. That's never gonna happen, and I'm so fucking happy.
So, I just want to ask these guys. I just want to ask you a question. No, but hold on. I just want to ask a question, right? Again, take your feelings out of it, right? Bro, and sit back and look at it, go, okay, he fought Triple G 3 times, the 3rd time Triple G was shot. Okay, but 24 rounds with the fucking guy who punches demonstratively harder than Benavidez punches.
Get your emotions out of it, bro.
Listen, he fought him twice. Then he went up to 175 and fought Bivol, who I'm not seeing fucking. I'm dying to see Benavidez beg to get in with him. He hasn't done that yet.
I think so. Yeah, but I think Benavidez is going to be.
You know what's funny?
My point is, Benavidez got that fucking Triple G has. I mean, Canelo hasn't seen multiple times.
If guys don't get their shots, they're not going to have.
You know what's funny? Hold on. Now that Jimmy brought it up, it's funny how Bivol and David Benavidez were mandated to fight, and David Benavidez was overjoyed. He would love to take the belt that Bivol dropped. He don't need to earn it; he'll take it. But he couldn't do that at 168. He couldn't press Canelo drop the belt 168.
You put a happy meal. You got a happy meal.
Canelo ducked Benavidez. Just get over it.
That's crazy. I get it. He ducked him, bro. He ducked him. It's the ugly truth.
If I may add this, bro. Thank you, Jimmy. You literally said what I've been saying this whole time, but nobody takes me serious because they label me as a Canelo fanboy. But come on, you got to be honest, bro. Triple G had a 96% KO ratio.
Yep.
Like the dude was literally breaking. Yeah, he was breaking everybody's order.
I've talked to dudes on the fucking a different podcast I was on who came on and he sparred Triple G. He said he couldn't remember well over 100 rounds, and he said hits by far harder than Kovalev, harder than fucking like that kid, the black kid. That was his Banks. I forget his name. I'll go back and get it. And he said he could not believe. He said the power that this kid generated. All right, and Canelo took in that 10th round. Go back and watch the 10th round in the second fight. Triple G caught him with a shot. He walked back to the fucking round. You can tell he was fighting to keep himself upright because his equilibrium was shot. The first thing his corner, who knows him better than anybody, Mira, you all right? Like, hey, fuck, dude, you all right? You all right? He's like, yeah. He was still kind of like shaking his head. They were fucking rubbing his neck and shit. He was fucking raw. I was like, holy shit, that kid can take a fucking punch. holy shit, it was right on the button. Anybody else would have went the fuck out. That's why his neck is so big. So
yeah, he's got a chin. He's got a chin.
Wicked fucking chin. Wicked chin. And he went up and he fought fucking Bivol, who's got the best feet in boxing. One of the high. I mean, he showed that with Benavidez, 100% KO ratio. He just beat him. A lot of people think he beat him twice.
You, Jimmy. Thank you, Jimmy.
And Canelo goes up and fights that dude. So my point is, why would he duck? What does Benavidez have that would scare him?
He just doesn't want to deal with it. I mean, think about it, bro. Like,
these guys are wicked.
At the higher weight.
And I'm just asking. A serious, pragmatic question.
They fell for that PBC Kool-Aid.
When the fight was first talked about, I was like, my money's on Canelo. But then a year went by, another year went by, another year. I'm like, yo, just fight the guy. Fuck.
Yeah, but Jimmy asked what makes Benavidez so like a boogeyman, basically. It doesn't make sense. You can't even answer the question. Well, you can't answer the question. You're just saying.
Why doesn't Canelo just fight him then? I mean, he fought a fighter.
Jimmy just explained everything. Jimmy just gave us a version of what happened, what transpired, and you're just ignoring that. You don't want to believe that. Okay, well.
Thanks. You should be ashamed of yourself, Southpaw.
No, and I'm just asking.
I'm agreeing with
you.
And
I'm just asking why. That's all.
As a favorite when it first the discussion first started, but he didn't fight him, and then he didn't fight him, and the whole time I get it. If you have something better to do, I get it. And if he hasn't fought above 168 because he has twice, like. I get it. Like, you never fought up there, but he fought up there twice. And also, Benavidez just moved up. So it's not like Benavidez is a career 175. And I'm agreeing, like, what's the big deal? Just fight him. Like, he doesn't look like he...
Benavidez wants to fight him at 175, though. Let's be honest.
He wanted him at 168.
Would be better.
But he wanted him at 168.
But if he wanted him when he had the opportunity to mandate the fight, meaning, if you don't fight next, I'm going to make you drop the belt.
Well, I'll give that to you. I'll give that to you.
But now ask yourself, that's when I said, wait a minute, what the fuck's going on? And again, it's not Benavidez. I'm guaranteed he was like, what the fuck, man? I want to fight this dude. I don't question this kid's hard. He'll fight anybody. You know, he's a fighter, without a doubt. So my question is this. Everybody's getting mad at the fighters. It's the fucking assholes around them. It's the way these chess pieces on the board were being moved.
When you're the cash cow, you pick who you fight. Canelo's in a different situation than all these fighters because he's the money guy. When he goes to PBC, he tells Al Heyman, and I would guarantee Al Heyman told him before he could even say it, you get whatever you want, bro. We just want you on our side.
He didn't want to fight. He didn't want to fight Charlo. He didn't want to fight Charlo. That fucking fight was a joke. He knew
he didn't want to fight him. He wouldn't have fought him. Canelo. I mean, did he really want to fight Ryder?
If they're gonna pay $50 million for me to beat up Charlo, but he knew that wasn't going to be any kind of a challenge.
I mean, I thought he fought Munguia. I thought he didn't want to fight Mexicans. Does he want to fight Scull? No. Did he want to fight Berlanga?
No, that was a mistranslation from certain people who were spinning a narrative.
And I think Crawford is going to fucking learn a big lesson. I think Crawford is. I think he's going to realize.
If Benavidez fucked it up, I get it, but dude, it was tried over and over, and it was 3 years.
I don't think they really tried, though. I don't think
Canelo took on.
I don't think they really tried either.
Oh, guys,
I don't think they really tried, and I think Canelo.
Hold on, though. It wasn't 3 years, though. It wasn't 3 years of no fucking mandatory bullshit. No,
it was 3 years. It was fucking.
That's a fucking convenient fucking. That's a convenient fucking narrative, bro.
As long as 3 years of your life.
That's a convenient fucking narrative, dude. Mauricio Suleiman put to bed when that shit would go into effect. It was in March of last year. And that's when what's his name asked for those 2 extensions, and that's when he changed his mind and said, I'm no longer 168 guy, I'm 175 guy.
You ducked him.
Bro, that's what fucking happened. Do you need the video where Mauricio Suleiman says that shit?
Dude, we can pull up interviews from Canelo.
David Benavidez had a path. David Benavidez had a path to the belt. He had a path to embarrassing Canelo. Canelo, look, David Benavidez had a path to embarrassing this dude. He didn't fucking take it, bro.
That's not how boxing works. It doesn't work. Oh, this guy said this.
Are you fucking stupid? That's literally how it works, dumbass.
Yo, you keep saying,
you don't know what you're talking about. You don't even know about it.
You don't know what the fuck you're talking about, bro.
Yo, you're bringing up Canelo. You're bringing up Canelo says he won't fight Mexicans. Come on.
It's not like a punk, bro.
Somebody brought up Canelo said he doesn't fight Mexicans. So
Yeah, left.
You brought, and no, this fucking retard brought that up, and it's very out of context and very disingenuous that you would bring that up as a fucking excuse.
You know what he meant.
Let me explain that to your stupid ass. Let me explain this to this stupid ass Bucho. Let me explain this shit. He said, "I don't want to fight no more Mexicans. I want to put Mexico versus the fucking world. I want to put on for Mexico versus the fucking world." That's what he fucking said, and it's very disingenuous to fucking take that shit out of context, and it's fucking stupid because he fought Jaime Munguia, and David Benavidez is half Mexican, half fucking Puerto Rican, half Guatemala, half fucking Nicaraguan. So that's a fucking stupid ass fucking thing to say, bro.
No, he's
that's
Mexican.
fucking stupid.
He's half Mexican. Why discredit him?
Yes, he's half Mexican. He's half fucking 600 things. He's mixed as fuck. So that's fucking stupid.
You're trying to take shots at Benavidez for his heritage. Why?
I'm not taking shots. I'm telling the truth, dumbass. He's mixed. He's mixed. He's mixed. He's mixed, dumbass. He's mixed.
Fucking nuts. Let's not play the victim. What's the big
Bro, but he's mixed, you fucking idiot. You don't even know. Look, bro, your gargling is fucking nuts, and you don't even know he's fucking mixed.
You're the one getting emotional because of Canelo, because he ducked.
Because you're being annoying and you're refusing facts.
Look. You were cutting off Jimmy as he was trying to explain his position over and over, and now I'm explaining to you the way this shit works, and you're saying, no, man, that's not, no, dude, that's not, look, 3 years. Shut the fuck up. You don't have anything else to say other than that. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you don't have nothing.
Say a lot more. Dude, well, let's have a debate on the stuff versus, oh, you're a hater. Because, dude, like, you're doing
I never called you a hater. You're calling me a fanboy, you fucking dumbass. I'm calling you a stupid ass who doesn't know shit. You're calling me a fanboy. I'm calling you a fucking retard.
What Canelo really meant was...
There's a difference.
Sobers is right. You're a fucking retard. Sobers is right. You're a fucking retard. Shut your fucking mouth.
Joe just don't know.
Watch your back, Southpaw. You better watch your fucking back, it's saying.
I'm at all the fights. I don't care. I'm at all the fights. I go to all the fights.
Fuck JDA.
You guys are funny.
I think we can figure that out.
So look, the whole thing about the money, the mandatory, and it's obvious why it's never fell through. David Benavidez' management, the why they never pushed the mandatory shit.
Everyone got a million theories about this shit. The guy,
you don't tell
his management wanted more fucking money. They didn't want the 25. They didn't want that little split they were gonna get. They wanted more fucking money. And they fucked it up,
I didn't know you were in negotiating room.
So look, when you put all the blame on Canelo, that's why I have to speak up and say shut the fuck up because they both fucked. David's team fucked it up for him, bro.
Canelo's the only one coming out there saying things like I've done enough. I do what I like. I do what I like. I do what I like.
You guys spoke to your Ryan Garcia love last night. Be quiet. We don't want to hear you right now.
Shut up. Don't try to cut me off. You're just trying to cover me up. You're trying to cover up the truth. What, do you work for Team Canelo? Do you work for Team Canelo? Answer the question.
All I know is Canelo, he's the one that cleaned up 168, basically.
Yeah, but Canelo's done.
I know it. Canelo's ducking David.
No, there's
none of you motherfuckers. Look, I never heard none of you motherfuckers crying for David.
Why are you yelling, bro?
Hold on, I heard none of you motherfuckers crying for David, asking why David never fought Gilberto Ramirez when they're both champions.
Are you part of Team Canelo? Answer that question.
Hold on. All you motherfuckers crying for David. All of you motherfuckers crying for David never asked why he never fought none of the champions when he was the champion, bro.
Who's crying for David?
That's what I said years ago. All these fucking Canelo haters.
You gotta hear me, bro. All you fucking retards are talking at the same time. I gotta raise my voice.
Yeah, let him go.
Yeah, you're emotional. Yeah, keep doing it, Summers, because let them know. Let them know the truth.
If you shut the fuck up, I'd come back down to a normal tone. Can I do that?
Okay. Let him cook.
Cool. So all you guys crying for David. We're not asking the same question. How come David didn't fight none of the other active champions when he was at 168 when he had a belt? How come he didn't fight Gilberto Ramirez? How come he never fought him, bro?
That fight never lined up. What are you talking about?
What do you mean? They could have lined up.
They're both champions.
Same division.
He fought the guy that nobody wanted to fight in Boo Boo. He fought Plant. You know what I mean?
No.
So wait. So you're giving him credit for fighting Boo Boo coming up from 154?
Yo, that's a fanboy there. That's a fan. I mean, you call us Canelo fanboys, but come on, Boo Boo?
No,
Yeah,
but he
dude.
fought who he could.
The guy that put a life and death against cocaine and had a controversial decision with him.
Backtrack and
see, y'all are just like throwing shit against
No, you're
the wall.
fanboying. See, you just proved you're a fanboy.
Yeah,
Like, what the fuck?
I don't give a shit if David wins or not. It's just he ducked the fight. That's just the ugly truth. That's the ugly truth.
Yeah, the guy that went life and death with Jack Cocaine. The guy that had a controversial decision against him in Vanez. That's crazy.
I'd be like, finally.
The guy that ducked Parker and Johnny back.
He never wanted to fight him. He ducked. I'm sorry. He ducked.
Yeah. So you're saying
the whole guy that wants to
Come on, he ducked. You know Canelo ducked. Just get over it. Just get over it. He's ducked.
Why do you want him to go to 175? Because he fought there twice. That's why.
Boo-boo.
Bro, you sound so emotional right now. Calm down.
The other one, yeah. Oh, now stop trying to take my words, bro. You're the one yelling like a little girl, bro. Like you're in fangirl mode. Stop. You got a channel? That's embarrassing.
Bro, did you just bring up Boo Boo as a legit opponent?
Dude, he fought Boo Boo
and then he's telling us
that's
crazy.
He fought Boo Boo.
You know how stupid you sound saying that, bro?
Boo Boo.
Like he's a legit. Look at you.
Only two in the room that were worth the shit were Canelo and him, and it never happened because Canelo, the cash cow who calls all the shots, never wanted it.
We gotta be fair, man. Look, Boo Boo was better than Scull. He's better than Scull.
How come he never fought Laura or Charlos?
For the cash cow.
Jacobs.
Y'all are crazy. Y'all sound crazy.
Holy shit, that's crazy, dude. We're giving it and then you're talking about fanboys. Well, being a fanboy.
He needs to talk nicely to Canelo. He got to stop talking trash to Canelo.
Just say it, bro. You're just PC show, dude.
Benavidez did that. Instead, you know what Canelo's doing? Making excuses, and you guys are bad.
You're just being a PBC show, bro. Let's be real here.
Once fans are complicit with the excuse I could right to pick and choose who I want, then you guys are complicit and you're just fanboys under.
You're the one that brought us Boo Boo.
What the fuck? No one said they agree with that, bro. You know what the problem is?
David Benavidez doesn't bring nothing but 20 extra.
Sobers, you're the problem. I'm the cure.
Hold on though. Look, the whole point is David's management messed up that fight.
Yeah, they're fucked up. They fucked up. I agree.
That's what Canelo fucked that up. He didn't want to do deals with them. I want $200 million. $200 million.
It's been years.
Fucking them.
Exactly.
Like, what I mean,
$200 million.
Yeah, that was after
everything
failed. That was after he got disrespect and everything failed.
He priced himself out.
Who cares if they get rid of this? Are you really saying he got an excuse because he got disrespected?
Yeah.
Who cares if he got disrespected?
Yo, Boots, press some dramatic music, man. Play some dramatic music.
Yeah, play some dramatic music. No, that $200 million comment, that came after the whole thing collapsed. He wasn't, that was when he was over, you know what I mean?
You got to be nice to Canelo or he won't give you a fight. That's fucking weak, bro.
Yo, Max, kiss my ass.
I mean, when you're dealing with Lukowicz and all these other shady characters.
He was mean.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, I mean, Canelo doesn't need Benavidez. That's the thing. He doesn't need Benavidez.
It was bad business.
Yeah, it's like I see Benavidez. These guys think that Benavidez is a champion
of boxing.
These guys think Benavidez is a champion, and Canelo has to chase the champion.
If he doesn't fight a guy,
so Canelo's negotiating with these clowns. They disrespect him. I mean, they start lying about all these offers, and all of a sudden, Canelo's like, hold on, calm down. Why is this guy talking over
really emotional? You're cutting everybody off.
Holy crap! See,
now disrespectful.
He has to make the Canelo. So I want the Benavidez fight. Therefore, it has to happen. That's what basically these fans are.
No, because he never wanted it. That's why it never happened.
Also, no, I'm telling you what happened. And this is pretty much it. Canelo tried to make the fight. Apparently, Jimmy just explained everything. And then all of a sudden, these guys they're a joke. Maybe they don't even want the fight. Canelo says, okay, fuck you, I'm out of here. And then, the Benavidez, his camp started saying that, oh no, we tried to make the fight. He's docking us. But that's basically an insult, right? He's docking us. When we don't even know what happened in the negotiations, right? But now they're lying. They're lying by saying that Canelo's docking us. They're lying because they were never honest about the whole thing to begin with.
So that's why
they never denied the phone call.
So then Canelo fires back and he's like, I'm in charge. I can do whatever I want. Basically dismissing Benavidez as you're not important to me.
Hold on. Let me finish. That's not how it went down.
Hell, let me finish.
Bro, stop cutting him off.
Jesus.
Emotional.
So Canelo's saying basically, I don't need you. You're nothing important. I can continue on making money.
I will fight Berlanga.
No, that wasn't in response to that. I know the recent interview.
They don't know what to do now.
No, that wasn't in response to that.
I mean, dude, you know that's one of the biggest. That's probably one of the.
All they have is sound bites, but they don't have anything else. Here's the thing, though. So Canelo, he's like, I'm showing you I can have a career and I don't need you, and that's what he's doing now. Meanwhile, Benavidez is moving up the weight. Meanwhile, they're getting angry because Benavidez's career is shit. So Benavidez has nothing else to do.
I'm not a Benavidez fan. The way you're,
I don't care what you say. I don't care what you say. I mean, you can say you are or you aren't. I mean, we don't know if it's true or not.
I just want to see the fight.
We don't know if it's true or not. You can just say you're this and that. We don't know if it's true. I don't care if it's true or not.
And recently, Canelo had a fight where they're like, "Hey,
you're not a Benavidez fan."
Yeah. You guys. Well, from what I hear, there's a rumor going around that Benavidez is going to get lowered from the roof after Canelo knocks out Scull. The lights are going to go out, and then you're going to see Benavidez standing right behind Canelo. Canelo's going to turn, boom, steel chair right over the head, Canelo. Right?
Crawford, bro.
Too bad. Canelo's going to lose tonight.
You imagine
well,
that?
Well, guys keep saying the Skull's going to win, so
that could happen, dude. That could happen. We never know.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
No Crawford fight and all that stuff.
Come on.
These are the same dudes that were accusing Crawford for ducking Spence when it was reversed.
I just said Skull's going to get knocked out, bro. Skull's going to get knocked out.
If Scull would have knocked out Canelo, I would upload a 10-hour track of me laughing.
Oh, that would be amazing. That would never stop laughing.
Like I said, if you don't dream big, you can't dream at all, bro. So keep.
That would be comedy from now to the end of time, wouldn't it?
A better fighter than Golovkin, wouldn't it?
They'd be building up Scull like he's the greatest fighter of our time.
Cubans
African American, you know.
Cubans don't get pushed from fans. They're like Dominicans. Dominicans and Cubans, for some reason, they don't get a push from their people. Puerto Ricans do. Mexicans do. Filipinos do.
They're boring.
I just don't. I mean, you got guys that are fun like Morel, but even him, he could never draw flies to shit. So it's
Morel
a weird
actually
dynamic.
was drawing a crowd in Minnesota, though.
But yeah, I mean, because there's nothing to do in Minnesota. Fuck.
It's a haircut, man.
Hey guys, sorry, but I have to read a super chat here from Mars Boxeo. Thank you for that super chat. He says Samson literally got exposed by Nestor Gibbs on the Boxing Voice for admitting to demanding TV rights to Eddie Hearn when he tried to negotiate.
What's wrong with TV rights? There's nothing wrong with that. Negotiate for TV rights.
I mean, that's been the problem. That's been the problem.
That's ridiculous that you can't get TV rights.
Yeah, that's like Chris Algieri telling me, "Hey, yo, Manny, I want the TV rights."
Of course, he's not taking all the TV rights. He wants TV rights.
He's not even the B side, and he wants TV rights. They're fucking out of your mind.
Dude, people constantly talking about these MMA fighters like they're trash, right? Because they don't get TV rights. Boxers get TV rights. Benavidez is a very big name. Why wouldn't you want TV rights?
No, he's not. He's not a very big name.
He's not a big. You got Mike Tyson calling him fucking the Mexican monster. This is
we better not be fanboys when you're saying that Benavidez is big. Like, no, come on, man.
Benavidez is a big name in boxing. Everybody knows who Benavidez is.
So
everybody knows who he is.
So what you're admitting to right there, bro, is the whole thing was bad business, right?
He's a big name. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying I'm not.
Together, bro. It was just bad business.
Not trying to clarify what I said. Look,
all right.
I'm not saying he's generated, you know, anything close to the money Canelo's generated, but he is a name that everyone knows.
No.
So this
no one knows who he is, bro. Besides hardcores.
Okay, that's
besides hardcores. No one knows. That is true, dude.
Everybody knows who that guy is.
So what was his pay-per-view by his last fight?
Dude, nobody knew Berlanga. Nobody knew Scull. Nobody knows Scull. Nobody knew.
No one knows who Scull is.
Hey, Scull has a
Charlo. Who knew Charlo?
What I'm saying is that that's a big fight. That's a very big fight.
Undisputed. Charlo was another.
No. We're talking about name notoriety. He has no fans.
I think he should get some of those the pay-per-view, some of the money from that.
Oh, don't they split that where you get both of them?
Well, they don't split it. No. Canelo would have got the bulk of it. He would have got the bulk of it.
You don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Canelo would have got the large.
For the Boxing Boys, bro, I've done way more than you have.
Canelo would have gotten the larger portion of the money, but he should get.
Why don't you work there no more?
Dude, I did it for 5 years. I might go back in to do bands. Because I like to drink and have fun at the fights. I got tired of
don't you work there no more?
Hours with a camera interviewing people. You know what I me? I got access.
Why don't you work there no more?
Your favorite.
Now you're getting triggered.
I'll give you autographs if you want. I got autograph shit from Canelo. I'll give it to you. You can have it. I'll make your dream come true. Give you autograph from Canelo.
All right. Somebody else say something.
Got kicked out, bro.
No, dude, honestly, bro, covering fights live is exhausting, bro. I did it for years, and you got to be there super early. You can't drink.
Well,
you can't
so why are you trying to get? Why are you trying to get on BDA's panel?
You got to take
bitch.
I'm just going back to being a fan, bro. I just love
so exhausting. Why are you trying to get on BDA's panel?
Yeah, dude, you know how long I did it? I did it for like 5-6 years, bro. What are you talking about?
So why are you doing it again if you're so exhausted?
Because I don't want it. Because it takes up too much time, bro. It takes up way too much time. Like, you've never covered a fight, so you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know, have no idea how much.
Okay, so you're here doing. So you're here arguing me for free.
I've done it.
So you're here arguing me for free, and you don't have no idea.
You don't have no idea.
You getting paid by Nets to do the same thing, but you're here arguing me for free.
For logistics and just the time.
You could be doing this shit for money, but you're here arguing me for free, right?
Yeah, because I just want to go back to being a fan, dude. That's of the sport. You can only do it for so long, bro. Like I'm retired military, bro.
Let's see Gonzalo's take.
Bucho.
Yeah.
I lost the case to my Bluetooth headphones. What do I do?
You gotta get another one.
Buy some new ones, bro.
I can't find them. No, my take on what? On today's fight, Scull?
Hey. Sure.
His name is Scull. It's Scull, man.
Scull.
Scull. He never won anything.
I call him Scull.
Yeah, it sounds better.
It sounds.
He never won anything in the amateurs, but dude, at least the guy, he looks fit. Looks like he's taking it seriously.
Yep.
I wouldn't mind that this guy surprises. That I wouldn't mind to see a fight where a lot of people are surprised by Scull's skills.
Puppy killer.
Yeah, but I'm not saying he's gonna win. I'm not saying he's gonna win, but then again, I've never seen him fight. I didn't
he's
watch
terrible. He's terrible.
Fight.
He's absolutely.
But hopefully it's just not a boring fight. That's all.
I think it's gonna be boring. I think Canelo's gonna crush this dude. Not only does he break down psychologically very easily, but his skills are in the shit can. They're garbage.
He didn't even look comfortable at the weigh-in, bro. Like, he looked nervous. The dude's way out of his element.
Oh, yeah, he's way out of his league.
He's a club level fighter, bro. He's a club level fighter.
Yeah. He's gonna start crying when Canelo's walking at him. He's probably gonna start crying.
I
was really surprised because
you pull up and you play a little pass and it lets you win. You free life.
The whole time, like for 2-3 weeks, I was thinking in my head, City of Wolves, Times Square, that's just gonna be badass.
Trash.
And I put it in my mind, like I'm looking towards this day. And when it got here, I was excited that morning, and the way it turned out yesterday, it was like, fuck, man.
Originally they were gonna call it City of Pussies, but they couldn't do that because
But even the setup looked pretty bad. It was fenced off. People couldn't see inside. Small crowd, no yelling. Basically, there wasn't a lot of people. So
it looked like Chuck E. Cheese. Like, it looked like it was built for kids or something. Like that.
It looks like they made a ring out of trash. It's like Katamari Damacy or something. You ever played that? It's like a piece of shit ring.
Bro, it was a cool setup, man. It was supposed to look like a video game, but the fighters shit the bed.
Oh no! I mean the ring. The ring was like absolute garbage.
Video game? What the? I didn't see anything.
Yeah, you ever play Street Fighter? You know when you're in China or something, there's a background of the city and the people. Like it was supposed to look like that.
Yeah, but we couldn't see the people were on the sidewalks. They couldn't see shit.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, but I mean, I think it's just the backdrop, the buildings with the lights and the big fucking giant screens all around Times Square.
A red tarp around the fucking thing. I mean, the buildings from a certain angle. You could see
it was ugly as hell. That's
a logistical thing. They had to put that tarp up because if people can see, they would stop and it would clog up the traffic, which it already did.
Yeah,
but like the people wouldn't move if they could just sit there and watch.
It didn't clog up the traffic. They had rails around all that shit. The cars were going right through.
It looked like
traffic. Oh, yeah, it stopped the foot traffic, but who cares, It was garbage. It looked terrible. That dude spent all that money on that shit. That was such a waste. I mean, really, that's why we need Dana White in the sport, because you saw those last three performances. Those last 3 performances, dude, those are...
Dana White's not going to make Ryan Garcia knock out somebody or make Haney.
No, you do. Well, what I'm saying is that when they start cutting these guys, they're going to start fighting. Because those last 3 fights were pathetic. Tio looked like trash. Haney's a piece of shit. And Ryan just looked like...
where you might have a point?
He wasn't trying to go down on his shield.
You know what? You might have a point. The fact that after that terrible performance from Ryan Garcia, apparently I saw a tweet where the Sheik says,